And the stream should be started. So, hi guys. Oh, we had a little session 9.5 that happened. But we're not going to recap that. We'll wait until you guys meet back up with one another. And then they can, or the rest of the party can grow the people that went to Raykard's. So, what happened in episode 9? So, when you guys were researching and trying to make your way over to the weak ways.
We decided to smartly split the party.
Mm-hmm.
And only one of us ended up near death.
Hey, look, we
too.
survived ours. They're gonna go die in their fight now.
So 3 of us went to the clock tower, where it turns out you need an hourly appointment and a name to get in.
We can set it for longer, I believe, but we just have to leave out at the exact time and be there at the exact time.
Yeah. They're very schedule oriented.
They gathered some information on Annulus Pronipson. Got a fun journal with a weird language, I believe. And then the other 2 went through the markets, got chased by trolls up to a rooftop, which turned out to be friendly. Then they went and talked to a troll seer. Saw some visions, not very comforting. Then got accompanied by a troll, went to the weak ways, found the wasps and more trouble. While the others went item shopping for scrolls to write stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then they went back to the library.
And we copied a bunch of stuff down. We asked a bunch of questions of a floating skull who was less than helpful. Because he's been stuck in a clock tower for 1,000,000 years and doesn't know what's going on outside the clock tower besides the books that he's given. So we tried to locate as much information about that about how to escape as possible. It seems like there is a way to escape, something through doors, if I recall correctly. Or what was it exactly?
I don't think they actually told you. I think he told you to shush because Aiden was listening.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
He went I remember he went yeah, I totally wouldn't want to do that. He stared at us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like a lot of innuendo there, like, get me out of here, please. I'm done with this. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs down here.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he is.
And then we were going to meet up with our friends when we were approached by some slaad that alerted us that our friend Vaasidian is available to be released. Mm-hmm. So I guess we're going to take a beeline to Blacktop and then meet up with everybody.
Okay. So
that would be my suggestion, but I'm not the only one in the party, so
I'll have Imrian and Mr. September both get inspiration for the recap.
Yeah. I would like to
good.
I would like to pick up our squid.
All right.
He's a mind witness.
So you guys, because they met you outside. There was one green, one flanked by 2 other slaad, 1 blue, 1 red. And
primary colors.
Yep. And they are ready to take you guys over to Blacktop, to escort you guys to Blacktop.
Okay.
Oh, what do you say, folks? Shall we go?
See why not?
Yeah, we should go pick up Vaasidian.
Okay.
Very well.
So, You guys start heading over to, or like following these slaad, and you see like the green one walk over to another group of slaad, same kind of like formation, like green with the red and the blue. And the green one talks to the other green one, and now there are 6 of you going towards Blacktop. Well, 6 of the slaad plus you guys.
Mm.
And you guys, like, Blacktop's not far, it's like around the corner. And you guys get to like the moat surrounding Blacktop. Guys can look down and you can see that this moat goes straight through to the other side of this landmass, right? But connected to it are a few like stone, will look like tunnels or bridges, but they don't like travel anywhere, right? They just connect to this next piece of land. And you hear the green slaad like start to bark out at Blacktop, and the drawbridge lowers down, and they start escorting you guys further into Blacktop. Go ahead and roll me insight checks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that doesn't make me feel some sort of way at all. No.
I'm not good with people. I'm too old and angry.
Okay.
I was gonna add something to that, but you know.
Astra, you're just a little worn out from doing all the deciphering, so you're just like, fuck it, let's just go get Vaasidian and come back. Kree and September, all you guys were doing was transcribing in languages that, didn't really make sense to you guys because you guys couldn't read them, so it was just drawing symbols, so more like art than anything else. But here, unlike Astra, you guys are feeling like you guys are being herded rather than escorted, because there's 3 up front, 3 in back.
One question before we go forward. Is there a reason why he's just not coming out? He could meet us on the street.
Because we have him here.
Well, yes, but you could just release him and he could come out to the, to the road.
No.
And we wouldn't have to be in that location, and he could just come out and we would be okay.
We're going inside.
What if we don't want to, though?
Then you don't get your friend.
I look at Kree, I look at Astra.
I telepathically tell September, do we really want to do this with them right now? 3 of us, 6 of them.
Hell, I think I don't know. Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah. We really have little choice.
Yeah, I think you're right. And can we get a surprise round, Travis, to hit?
No, I wasn't thinking about attacking him. I'm saying go forward.
Go forward.
So remember above board? So when we first fought them, we did nothing to them.
I'm saying, and there's 6 of them, but I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, when y'all first fought them, only 1 person was out of the fight. Now 2 are.
Yeah. It's not a good idea right now to do this. It's probably better to just play along and just be aware that something isn't right about this.
Oh, Astra's too tired to notice, by the way, so he's just moving along.
Alright, so you guys continue to follow?
Guys? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use one of my side dice to make a connection between the three of us so we can speak silently.
Okay.
We'll have that discussion actually in psychic
Right.
between the three of us. So Astra is in on what's going on.
He's just gonna he's gonna straighten up his back, realizing now being told what's going on and realizing that they could possibly be in danger. He's just gonna straighten up his back and like nod.
Alright.
I feel like the moment we're inside that prison, though, we're not coming out.
Damn. Do either one of you have sending?
Ending?
Well, not September. Yeah, sending.
No, I don't think I do now.
Well, just
He
stay on your guard.
is very talented in a large number of things, but he's not focused on one area of expertise.
Understood. I guess we just should be ready for anything at this point.
Indeed.
Okay. So, you guys start walking into Blacktop, and it's just as black and shimmering as it's been last time you were here. And you guys notice that you guys are getting, like, this is not the direction of the prison. You guys are going upstairs, downstairs, to the left, to the right, circling back, going further past the doors than you guys had seen before, or going into a different area of Blacktop. They look to be trying to confuse you on the layout of Blacktop itself by going in all these random directions.
They can try my
smart enough to.
You can roll me another insight check, because that's wisdom based, right?
Yeah, that's wisdom based.
Actually, memorizing an area is intelligence. That's memory. So,
Investigation?
investigation wouldn't do it.
History, probably.
History is probably closest.
Oh, nice. All right, bet.
No, game, don't do this to me.
Don't keep rolling like that. Alright, thankfully, after your recent experience with going through all those coral tunnels and having you guys get like off track, then back on track, then off track again, going through these hallways is basically the same thing. So you're just like making markers inside your head, like arbitrary land, like masses,
add a D8
right?
to make sure that I am really, really memorizing this.
Alright. So,
I'm still tired.
they lead you guys toward a door. They open it. It looks to be a square room with a wooden table in the center. Go inside.
Sure,
Where's-
we can do that.
Hey, DM, how
Mhm.
many people does it look like this table can fit?
Not many, maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
Are there any shackles on the table?
No.
Okay. Like an interrogation room where they shackle you down. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's no shackles, but it definitely looks like an interrogation room for sure.
I'll say they don't need shackles.
Yeah, if you guys came out with like a fireball or something, they're one of the few creatures that could resist that stuff, right? Because they can regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't need to worry about that. So do you guys go inside the room?
Yeah. Astra's gonna go in and sit, and I think I still have some books left. He's going to start reading.
Okay. Yep. You're
I'll
just
go ahead and start pacing around on the inside.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to put a piece of parchment into the door if I can while they try to shut it behind us. If they do.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Oh, come on, roll good. Yes.
It's not bad. Alright, you kind of like start folding up a piece of paper. And then as they're closing the door on you guys, you kind of just quickly slip it in. And you hear the door shut, but you're pretty sure that you can open up the door.
And I'll tell you guys that I did that. Hey,
Yeah.
I got a piece of paper in there.
Good thinking.
Astra's then going to speak telepathically. Oh, go ahead, September. I'm sorry.
No. Well, I was going to say, I think I have the layout memorized pretty well. What about you, Kree?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay, good.
The problem is we need to find Vaasidian. Where do you think he would be?
Well, hopefully they'll bring him to us. Like they're supposed to, and all our worrying is for nothing. Hopefully. Hopefully.
I would still say keep a layer of caution. It seems like they might bring the rest of our party. This room looks like it can hold like 5 to 6 people.
Agreed.
Alright. So, time starts to pass. It looks like maybe they're intentionally making you guys wait longer. And after a lot of boredom, the door starts to open up. And wrong dice. There we go. Interesting. Okay. And the door opens up, and you see that 7 feet and a half tall slaad who escorted you guys outside of Blacktop before. And then he looks over at you guys, looks over at Kree, shifts back into Kree's more gray form. And he says, "Hello? We have a few questions for you." And you see that he pulls out a stone. It looks just like the stones on the resin on the walls. It's black. But he pulls it out and sets it on the table.
I thought we were fetching our friend. I didn't realize that we were going to be answering questions. I'm sorry.
Sorry for the
where is
deception. He's still down in the prison. He's going to be staying there for a while. But I have a few questions. Your friend is associated with a slaad in Staicho. Did you know anything about carrying around a slaad control gem? It would have been green.
At the other two, and
Astra's gonna look at you, and he's gonna go like, he's gonna remind you psychically that he hasn't been with you guys that long.
No need, because I don't know what the hell he's thinking of psychically, of course.
You can roll me a history if you want.
Is that me or September?
September and Kree.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, you guys remember it. Hal had a hold of it. You guys gave it to Hal.
Who?
Oh, Hal. Your guys' old retainer, the Owl Man.
Okay.
He pulled the eye out of Lord Flynn, and that was a slot control gem, and he couldn't contact somebody named Ezgran because there was some sort of like interference preventing him from reaching out.
But we didn't actually get that. We didn't bring it with us.
No, but you saw it, right, when he was trying to use it, but...
Well, gentlemen, here is the question. And I'm still looking like I'm confused. Should I tell them the truth or shall I deceive them?
I would deceive them.
How
It's a gem that enslaves them. They're not gonna like it.
can I
Yes, but
roll? Oh, go ahead.
But the thing is that we don't have it.
Yeah, but
If they
our buddy
don't-
had it, and if we know about it, then he's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
And the buddy was in... we didn't know what it was at the time, and...
But Vaasidian probably had it on him or something.
You guys have been looking at each other for quite some time, and Bullark is looking at you. Do you have an answer for my question?
Can I roll Arcana to see if there's like any magic in the room to detect like lying or anything?
See, Arcana... No, you would need detect magic for that. Arcana can, like, I usually house rule that you can use Arcana to see if something is magical in your hand, right? But not in an entire room.
Okay.
Well, to be quite honest, we do seem to recall a particular green gem. We don't know if that's the green gem you were speaking of, but if it is, it was most likely destroyed with the rest of the material plane.
So it would no longer be in your possession.
No. Not to the best of my knowledge.
Did you know that Ezgran is associated with the Congregants?
Well, seeing as we didn't know what the Congregants were before we came here, no, of course not.
So he kind of looks over at the gem, like the black gem that he set on the table. Well, your friend knows him. And according to Diak's wishes, we cannot release anybody who is known to be affiliated with the Congregants. So, until this issue with the Congregants is over, he will remain in the prison for the moment. Don't worry, he won't be infected, but... well, he's going to be remaining there for the time being.
Right.
And you see that he walks over, picks up his gem. I appreciate you being honest with me.
Well, I'd appreciate my friend back, but don't really have a say in that at this moment, do I?
No.
Very well. We'll be in touch.
We will go ahead and leave you out of Blacktop, and you are free to explore Daicho again. But I must reiterate, any association with the Congregants will land you in the same spot as Vaasidian.
Understood.
You see that he walks over and starts knocking on the door. And then door opens and he's like, alright. Let me go ahead and take you out of Blacktop.
Okay.
And do you guys follow? Is there anything you guys want to do?
Yeah, we're going to... I would follow, but I'm going to definitely say... and psychically to my friends, well, I suspect that we need to learn more about these congregants.
Astra would nod and say, agreed, if they're this wary of them.
You do realize you don't have to nod psychically. That kind of gives away the fact that we're communicating psychically. It's sort of part of the reason why we do this, so that it's not obvious that we're discussing something. I'm just pointing that out.
Astra would respond back, I haven't looked at you guys once. They probably think I'm just overthinking everything.
Well, let's hope. We don't want to be Burks forever.
Well, you guys are eventually led out of Blacktop and then out onto the drawbridge, where you are left in the same spot that Burlark left you guys before. Well, hopefully we don't have any more of these entanglements in the future. Sorry about our dishonesty again, but we had to make sure that our security wasn't compromised.
Well, I certainly understand that. You wouldn't want anybody untoward in your stronghold.
I'm glad you understand our position.
Mm.
Well,
Farewell. We have to catch up with our friends.
farewell. And you see he starts to walk up on the drawbridge again to get back into Blacktop. And you guys are left back out into the city.
God, I hate this place.
You know, Kree, he's really creepy when he looks like you.
You're telling me. I don't like that shit at all.
Did he look like
He's
creepy
just a
fleshy
bad
eye
dude.
version of Kree, or did he look like the old version of Kree that didn't have the weird fleshy
He
eye
looks
on
like
him?
a gray version of
Kree,
Kree,
yep.
like he's.
But yeah, current Kree or old Kree? Because he transformed into Kree before he had the weird, gross flesh eye on his back.
Current Kree.
Oh.
Oh,
Yay, flesh eye.
yeah.
Flesh eyes.
How long were we in that room?
I would say maybe an hour. Like, getting from Iden to the room, waiting for Burlark, having the conversation, then being let out. That took about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go in the direction of our erstwhile friends, excuse me.
Vaasidian kept us alive for a long time. We kind of owe our lives to him.
We do.
Can't just let him sit in prison.
I know.
I want him
we
out of
can't-
there as well.
We can't make any moves until we speak to the others. If we're going to break him out, then we
That will
better
cost us our
really
lives.
think about that before we do it.
It just seems like God doesn't want any NPC. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So, where are you guys headed off to?
Well, we know that Imrian and Ironstar were going to the weak ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
may
I
not
think we
know
knew that they were
exactly.
going to the angel eaters. Angel elf eaters. I think that's where they were going.
The Wasps.
No, the elves eaters are the bad guys.
Pretty sure we were supposed to be back at the tavern, though, right? Like
It's
the.
been so long.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah.
You were even given the name of the inn, but I'm not telling you. Okay.
Hornet's Nest. Right. Well, I suppose we just go to the weak ways and see if we can find our fellows.
All right. Well, you guys start passing through the weak ways. And you guys are seeing kind of the same progression of dilapidated architecture that Emrian and Ironstar saw. Over here, most of the buildings look actually okay. As you guys get further and further away from Blacktop and Iden, you see that the structures are like collapsed on each other in areas. Water has eroded away parts of the structures. Most of the alleys are filled with rock, and people like just living beneath like two buildings, one collapsed and one still straight up, to hide from the rain. And you guys start making your way over into the weak ways, and you guys start to have a lot of bugs like come for you guys. Like they're just swarming around you. Not like mosquitoes on a beach, but just more than usual, like maybe in a swamp or something.
Oh, no.
You're a swamp-dwelling being. Could you tell us if this is good or bad? I just assumed because you're a turtle. I'm sorry if that's incorrect. I'm ashamed.
Let's just not talk about
Okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, Kree having a little bit like thicker skin, the bugs don't really bother him except when they get close to the eyes. Same kind of deal with Mr. September. The feathers help block most of the bugs, but Astra's having a time.
it. It only bugs him on one eye because the other eye is a little coppered out, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't have none of that. I'm straight flesh, and like lab coat. That's about it.
Well, you guys start getting further into the weak ways, and you guys are starting to see more dilapidating buildings. Most of them are destroyed or fallen over. There's this weird plant, like vine, that grows on some of the structures themselves. It's like a grayish green like color. And you see that there are like skeletons inside them, wrapped inside of it.
I would say that those vines are bad news.
Agreed. I'd rather not get too close to those.
I look at one of them closely. Just out of curiosity, and see if I can figure out something more about them. What makes them dangerous?
Alright, you start getting close to them,
Hmm.
and you see like some of the vines start to move.
Oh,
And then I move back.
Okay. As soon as you move back, like it was like one with like a skeleton on it, like maybe what happened to the skeleton that got wrapped up in these vines. And as the plant moves, you see like the skull fall down and like roll on the ground.
So, very important thought. Yes, these are dangerous. Stay away from them. But if we have to fight, and this vine is around, shove your enemy towards that.
yeah. Have I seen these plants before?
Maybe.
Or are these just
Roll me an
Okay.
Arcana check. That would be the closest one.
okay? I'm
No.
not rolling good today. I'm not rolling good today. Yeah, I will note this. What was it called? Astra then like droops his head a little bit and like quickly catches himself and like pushes up his glasses. I could go for some sleep. Hmm. But we must find the other two first.
Indeed.
All right. So you guys start making your way past all these vines and staying away from them after they moved. And you guys start to feel like rumbling in the floor, almost like Jurassic Park, right? Where the water starts to move.
Hmm.
And you guys start like looking around, and you see over the tops of some of these like ruined buildings a couple of cadaver collectors in the distance, and they seem to be picking up some bodies and throwing them on the spikes.
I'm not really a fan of those. I get bad feelings from those.
Yeah, they're like 15, 20 feet tall, so they're pretty easy to spot.
Mm.
Doesn't take too long, but eventually you see they start to walk away, and they look to be walking like further west.
Does it look like they have a clear objective, or are they just heading that direction?
I mean, they're automatons. They almost always look like they have a clear objective.
Are they going in the direction we are?
If you guys want them to be.
Wow.
Well, we're going towards the inn. Are they going towards the inn?
Unsure, because you don't know where the inn is.
Okay.
Hmm.
I have a bad feeling.
Yeah. You said they're heading west, correct?
Yeah.
We did catch the name of the inn, right? It says looking to
Mhm.
his party members. Maybe one of us should. Maybe one of us should probably ask about it. I'm no good with people, so I'm not doing it. Looks at Mr. September.
Why am I always the spokesman? Everybody finds me annoying. Fine, fine.
They always answer you, though.
That is true.
It's true. Fine. I look at commoner on the street.
All right. You start looking around, and looks like a lot of people are trying to take cover from the rain, because it's always fucking raining around here. And as soon as he's like, we'll talk to that guy. Kree, a kid runs by and takes something off of you.
Oh, great. I'm gonna chase him, I guess. Hey, that kid took my shit.
Oh.
Okay, how many items do you have here? Maybe.
Yes,
25?
I should help Kree.
Well, with extra.
Could I do athletics to reach out and catch him before Ollie runs by, or no?
Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Looks like he grabbed a bag.
Am I able to reach out and grab him?
Roll me a dexterity ability check. So just your dexterity bonus. Technically, this is your initiative. No, so this kid grabs your whatever bag was on your belt, and then just rips it off. And he just starts bolting. Now this kid, he looks to be about 2 feet tall, green hair, and he's just running.
Does he look like he could take a magic missile?
Yeah, it looks like he could take a... Oh, no, it doesn't look like he could take a magic missile. But you see, he's running over towards an alley, and you see, there's this this orc kid that is waiting for him.
All right.
So you have two targets for magic missile now.
The gun down some kid.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Astra's gonna start going over there now. He's gonna start running now.
Yeah, so is
Um,
Mr. September.
He's gonna starry step to get, like 30 feet, and then dash the rest of the and then dash 60 and try to get
Okay.
the kid.
Well, you
Mr.
arrive
Sep-
in the alley before the kid arrives there because of the magic. What does Mr. September do?
He's going to use his bonus action to chase after the kid.
Okay, so you start running up behind him. Obviously, you're way faster than him.
Hmm.
And Astra, to your right, you see like there's a handful of kids over here in the alley that you look down. The orc kid is like peeking out, and as soon as you show up right in front of him, the kid like stops in his tracks, and then he turns around and Mr. September is right there.
I'm going to use Sleight of Hand to take the bag back before he has a chance to even react.
Okay?
Can I do that?
Yep. Sorry.
Oh!
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I snatch it back. Oh, thank you for giving us back our property. It's very nice of you to be so generous. Here, have a gold piece.
Yeah, you see him, like, as soon as you pull the bag off of his hands, he, like, puts his hands up. Roll me a perception check.
Now he magic missiles you. Oh!
Okay. You see on his inside right wrist, there is, like we would associate it with, like, a wax stamp on the inside of his wrist. And it is, like, a silver color with the letter A in it.
This isn't something that I would have seen as a thief before. This is kind of weird. And,
Maybe.
exotic.
Have you ever been to, or has September ever been to the Rock of Brawl before?
No.
Okay. Then yeah, he probably wouldn't know too much about whatever that is.
Well, I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to use Thieves' Cant and talk to the kid. Is there any particular reason why you saw fit to steal from us? Do we really look like easy marks to you?
It's our job.
I don't know. Kree is a giant turtle.
I'm going to look around and look at, look towards maybe somebody that looks more common than we, a little bit less spry. You want to make sure that you pick off the most vulnerable. This man right there is going to be a bit slower than myself or my friend here. So when you go to steal something like this, you want to make sure that the person isn't in company of somebody that looks like they can take care of themselves. Do you understand?
It's our job, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying that you need to do a better job. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I'm kind of ashamed you got caught. You can do better. Do you understand? You need to size up your mark and do it right.
Well, everybody else down here is poor, and we're not allowed. We can, but it's not a good idea for us to steal from anybody that's in the alleys.
Well, here's a gold piece anyway.
Thank you. My
Mister,
parents will
you
help. This will help my parents.
Well, I appreciate that. You have a good day. Kree, here's your stuff. I'm trying to be a little bit more leery about things like this, a little bit more aware of your surroundings, huh?
God, I hate Yeah.
Yeah.
Astra would walk over now, saying that the situation has been diffused.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I forgot to ask. Young man,
Yeah?
where would let's see here, the Raykard's Inn be? Is that the name that we got, or is it something else? I thought it was Wasp Nest.
It's around the bend over here, past a bunch of collapsed buildings. There was a fight over there earlier.
Sounds great. And just like what my friends would do. Thank you very much, young men. Have a great day.
Thank you. And as you start to take off that way, you start to hear fighting coming from that alley.
Mm-hmm.
Go towards the fighting.
Okay. You guys head back, and it looks like the other kids have beaten the other kid to take the gold piece. And they are running down the alley.
Wait until that other, those kids are away, and flick yet another gold piece to the one that was friendly.
Alright, so you start walking over, and this kid looks rough.
I don't think it's a good idea to give him another gold piece.
Yeah. Ash is gonna sigh.
We're gonna get him
He's
killed.
like,
They're not around to know that we gave him another gold piece. I thought you
Let's
said
see
you
from-
needed to do better. Here. Now go, straight to your parents.
I can't.
Why not?
They're in the fields. And we're not allowed to work the fields. All we can do is help him get out of debt.
Well,
See that he reaches
here's-
out, grabs the gold. 1,400 to go.
oh,
I definitely don't have that much to lend you, boy. I'm sorry to hear about your predicament.
It's
Best of
all
luck.
of us. Yeah.
That's the fuck.
how hurt does the boy look?
Pretty rough. Roll me a medicine check.
Oh, I'm not good at those.
I'm gonna do perception to see if anyone saw him take the gold.
Alright, you kind of look around. There doesn't look to be anybody that would have seen it, aside from you guys.
Okay, thank God. I'm gonna get beat up again.
It looks like his, shin is turned in a weird way, but...
Oh, what? Ash is gonna sigh. He's gonna, gently push the kid and say, "Go home," in a more discreet manner. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Alright, hear this, a sickening sound of... as the bone realigns itself and heals back over. The blood that came out of his nose, that's still going to be there, but he looks way better than he did before.
This is if I'm my Cure Wounds. Okay, here we go. Wham. Wham.
Yeah, more than enough. This guy's got 3 hit points. Yeah, he looks good as new, it's just that he looks rough because the blood's still on his face and...
Camouflage.
You see that he stands up and takes it and starts walking in the direction that those kids ran off in.
Ash is gonna go catch up with the group. That's no longer his problem.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. You can't save everybody.
Yep.
Alright. Eventually you guys make your way in the direction that the kid told you, and you do see a building that looks homely. But there are definite blood stains on the stone.
Why, this looks delightful. Oh, but let's see if the bodies, any of these bodies around are of our friends. I
Right.
hope not.
There
I
are
really
no bodies
like
around.
them.
It's just bloodstains.
Is this the direction the cadaver collectors went?
Yeah, they were picking up the bodies from here.
If our friends did die, we wouldn't know. The robots came this way, remember?
Yeah.
What's
Worth looking anyway.
I'm going to look on the inside. I'm going to actually open the door.
Alright. What are Imrian and Ironstar doing in here?
Chilling, drinking water.
Okay.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah, they're not
Sitting next
dead.
to our troll friend.
Yeah. He's kind of like Jacko's in this like space that kind of had like to get pushed around to create enough space for him, and he's sitting there kind of crisscross applesauce on the floor. But he's standing like eye height to Ironstar and Imrian, just sitting in crisscross applesauce on the floor.
Well, the three of you look like a little bit sore than I left you. You okay?
Yeah, we had an altercation, I guess you can say.
Yeah, but we pushed through it.
Hmm. Is Harp Moon around, DM?
Yeah, it looks like he's like he took off downstairs, and those who got injured in that battle, they got set on the beds downstairs. So he's around, like going up and down, giving like paying for like whiskey and like harder liquors, and then going back downstairs.
Hmm.
I was gonna say, took you long enough. We had an entire party outside.
It looks like it. Bloody party.
Okay.
This here is Jacko, a friend of the trolls here, Bacorum.
You see that he
There's a
sticks
lot
up
to
his
catch up.
hand. Oh, there. Oh, so are these your companions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you. My name's Jacko. I have a brother named Lark, and we work for the Visionist.
Mm.
But I figured that your friends would need some help, so I asked the Visionist if I could help him out, and I'm here helping him out.
I see. Who's the Visionist?
Oh, his real name's Bacorum. He's a seer, I think, and he cuts himself open all the time, in service to the people. So, yeah, that's what he does.
That sounds like something that's unhealthy.
I mean, we're all trolls, right? So it's not too much of a big deal to us because it all gets like sucked back in, right? So not too much of an issue, but it freaks a lot of people out.
Yeah, especially when no one gets warned it's about to happen.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Jacko, if you want to hang around now.
Well, I
I
said
don't wanna
I'd
keep you
be
stuck
here
here.
to protect you, but if you guys start headed back to the Shard Ward, I go head back to Bacarum. If I'm out
Okay.
too far, too late, you know what I mean. I'll go back, but until I'm sure that we're not going to get attacked by those dark ones again, I'm going to stay here, making sure you're all right. Feeling better with your friends here, because the one that's as green as me looks pretty tough.
Actually,
Wait.
he's a bit of a
Cree.
tough cake.
Oh, actually, I don't know if you'd want this Cree. I'm gonna pull out the long black lance that I got the other one. And I'll just spin it around a bit and just pass it to Cree.
Yeah, but it looks like
I don't know if he'll use it.
It looks like a bit of like a black metal, like spear or lance.
Oh yeah, I'll use it. And you'll see him spin it. Yeah, I like it.
Does it look like any of the materials from the clock tower?
No, it does not look like adamantine. That's more of a dark green material.
Okay.
Does it seem magical, Travis?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Whoa.
Yes, but it seems like one of these like items that you need a not a command word. Like, you need to... It's almost like a faith item, is closer to what I'm saying. You need a prerequisite.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Did we get the bartender's name, DM? The huge.
Yep, his name's Raykard. But right now he's
Yeah.
returned back into his form of the elven man with the dress.
Can we steal a room to catch up, Raykard?
Yeah, I have a room back here. Let me take you guys
Cool.
back here. I don't think there's any razor wire back here. Razor vine, my bad.
Razorvine? What's Razorvine?
It's a weed that grows on buildings anywhere in the multiverse, except the material plane, but that's gone now, so it is what it is.
So that's the weeds that we saw that were moving and
Yeah.
tangled skulls and skeletons and such.
Some of them are alive, so as long as you don't get close to them while they're moving, it's fine. The ones on this building, they don't move, but Iden doesn't do any caretaking out here, so it grows as it grows. Not the best.
Did Iden used to? Like in the past?
No, but we have to take care of it ourselves.
I see.
So normally we have to bring a mage over and burn it all up as best we can, because if we get too close, it starts cutting through your clothes and your skin and your bones like nothing. So...
Oh.
Hence Razorvine, right? Understood.
Yeah. On Sigil, they have creatures that take care of it, but here it's mostly the mages, and the razor vine that grows out in the shard ward is usually taken care of by the cadaver collectors when they don't have anything else to do.
You guys probably pay him a good lump sum to do that, huh?
Yeah, we do. Makes us even poorer down here.
This is Sigil?
Yeah, it's the capital of the multiverse. It's the best way to call it.
Is there a way to get there?
Okay.
Not right now, because Iden shut down every portal.
We need to talk to Iden about opening them, I think.
Oh, we have news of our friend Vaasidian.
Oh. I guess you three
Let's go in the
first.
room first.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Okay. You guys walk into a room, and this room has like a very like long table with a bunch of chairs. Definitely a room for like meetings or parties or whatever. And there are two windows that are currently shuttered on the opposite end of the room.
Hey, Kree, I can identify the spear for you while we talk.
Okay, here you go.
All right. Astra sit down at one of the corners of the table and start identifying the spear.
Okay.
Ritually, of course.
All right. Well, I'll let you know when you have identified it.
Okay.
How many people can your telepathy thing connect to?
I believe it's. I believe I roll a die, and it's however high that die is. But I've just been kind of assuming. I apologize for that, DM. Should I roll?
No, I'll read it real quick. You choose one or more creatures you can see, up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus, and then roll one psionic energy die for the number of hours. So it could be up to 3.
Well, that sucks.
There
3
are
other
5.
creatures besides myself.
Yes. Yeah. So 4 people. Including yourself.
Well,
Can I get in there
Your
with
fancy
my
bubble
telepathy?
thing. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Kree could get in there with his own telepathy.
Yeah, I have my
do that
own
together.
telepathy.
If you burn
I
your
can-
detect thoughts, I would say that you can like link in. Sure.
Okay.
Well, he can be
Well,
patched
I don't
into the conference call.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
And it's for 2 hours.
All right. All right. We all
So-
put on our psychic cell phones and we sit around the table and talk into the conference mic.
I don't really burn it, I don't think, Travis. I think I just no spell slot or anything. I just have to wait for a long rest. That's cool.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, we got some neutral news, some bad news, and then some possibly good news followed by some bad news. What do you want to hear first?
That's great.
I'm a bit confused.
Go ahead,
All
just
right,
go in
so
order.
I'll do it one. We got neutral news, we got bad news, and then we got good news that's followed by bad news. What do you want to hear first?
I would just go in the order that you got it, so that we can,
All right.
experience that.
Neutral news. As you've seen, there was a bit of a scuffle here. Wasn't expecting it, but them elf eaters or whatever came here and assaulted these people while we were being about to be interrogated, for lack of a better term.
Mm.
Thankfully, that opened up an opportunity for us to prove our allegiances. This is a conclave of elves, mostly astral, a few others mixed in. Imrian is an astral elf himself. I'm half. We were trying to, make a connection. They didn't trust us, which is, understandable. But hey, elf eaters came. We put a couple of spells and shots in them. Most of them didn't walk out, so we've at least secured that front in a somewhat standing alliance. But like a lot of people we've spoken to, these fellows here don't really know anything about getting us off of here either. So that's the neutral news.
We might have free board here as well, but that's just minor.
Yep.
Well, I kind of liked staying at the other end, arm's way. Anyway, what other news do you have?
I'm trying to remember the bad news.
Well, I mean, the first thing was the Visionist, I guess.
Yeah, that was going to be the good news followed by the bad news.
Yeah. I mean, if you weren't sick of feeling like everything's predestined, then you won't like this.
The bad news is this was kind of our last leg of trying to figure out a way off this place, and it didn't really lead us anywhere. We've tried talking to as many people as we can that's not really going to get us in trouble, so it looks like we're stuck here.
Mm.
Good news, as Imrian alluded to, was the seer that our troll friend mentioned earlier. He gave us a bit of an experience, to say the least. Good news is, one of those experiences showed us getting out of here. Bad news is, in the one that showed us getting out of here, this place gets destroyed. The alternative outcome was us staying here for longer and somehow ended up in a position to fight the Congregant and their armed forces storming across the bridges connecting the upper area islands to the main lands. So
We're on the Congregant side or against them in this vision?
we were
There
against
was
them. Their army was
two
marching
visions.
in, and we were at part of the, front line to hold them off to get into the mainland. The other vision is the more interesting. Because that one not only got us a way out of here, at the end of it, before it cut off, showed us being shunted back to the material plane, actually back to the material plane. Like it was there.
But
Stars
that one
and
involves
everything.
us destroying items.
Yeah, Astra had
And-
some weird fancy rock or shard thing or something and did something with it, and this place got obliterated.
Oh, that That's probably my star crystal. Wait,
Maybe.
was it bright blue?
Was white a white shard or
Bright blue?
It was a dull
Question mark.
I'm gonna look
gray,
right now.
like a video
A
game
gold?
artifact.
it was?
Hmm.
No, it was golden.
Dull gray, not golden. Sorry.
Oh, dull gray.
Yeah.
It was gray, not blue.
Hey, DM, did we find out what the colors of the shard of law and shard of creation was? From the
Yeah.
readings?
Yeah, it's said to be a dull gray.
Oh, Astra's like eyes are gonna like widen a little bit, and he's gonna look up, and he's gonna say, "It's a stretch, but it's probably the shard of law I'm using."
Or
In
whatever
the
you
vision,
did with it.
you were using the. Okay.
Well,
We
it was
happen
a
to know
dull
where it
gray
is.
shard, stone, magic crystal. I don't know. That's beyond my level of magical understanding. But yeah, Astra was doing something with it. We were starting to be surrounded by a few things, probably trying to stop us. But then this place got poofed, and we ended up back in the astral. Or what is it? Is it the astral sea in this, or is it the
Material plane.
God damn it.
material plane? The material plane, but the stars and everything were back. So that might be the only means of getting us out of here. But I don't exactly know how we get to that point. The seer did say that these are just possible outcomes and none are guaranteed.
Well,
So
we happen to know where some are.
what, some of them crystal shard things, whatever.
Yeah, we know where both of them are, right? Right. I think
only
there's
one.
like two on this island, right? Okay, well,
No, I believe there's only one. And it's in the clock tower.
yeah, it's in the clock tower behind some animantite. It's encased behind animantite.
There was also a third vision.
Okay.
Hmm.
The place.
Oh, the one you
above
asked
us?
for.
It still stands in the material plane.
Alright.
It's not affected by the phlogiston.
But there was that black hole that was there, so it's not exactly a good place to be either.
True.
Well, I have some good news and bad news as well. There apparently is portals somewhere in this godforsaken place where we can leave. But they are being kept closed by Aiden, was it?
Yep.
Who it is who doesn't want the Congregants to get out. So if the Congregants are destroyed, they'll let those portals flow again. However, a funny thing, the nice slaad people who don't want us, well, need to have the Congregants destroyed, are keeping our friend Vaasidian for a very long time, most likely, because he seems to be aligned with the Congregants. Not necessarily aligned. How do I put this? He's an associate or associated with them. Apparently, there was a gem on our erstwhile dead illithid friend that we had given to one of our friends, and they died, and we left it on him, and that gem would have been useful in controlling the slaad, but also very deadly to have. So it's probably a good thing we left it behind. However, they're not going to give our friend back very easily, and it sounds like this is not going to be an easy way out. To be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards helping the Congregants, just because these guys are really awful. Kind of tyrannical, if you want to be honest.
I mean, that's a
Like
possibility, but that's a mystery box, so to speak. We don't exactly know what we'd be getting into involving ourselves with them. We were shown a few paths, we were given some information. Again, neither of those are guaranteed to happen, but at least there's a possibility we might end up being able to push one of them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Just going to the Congregant themselves, that's a whole new can of worms to open.
Yeah, it
but
seems
I-
like. Sorry,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know. I don't know how we're gonna get the shard of law though, because if we do that, I'm definitely not gonna be happy with it. So that vision is
That's
gonna be
probably why
hard.
people were going after us before you did whatever it was you did. Don't ask me what it was, because I don't know what you were doing.
No matter what we do, it seems like we just have a double-edged sword.
Here's
Seems
what
like all paths lead to fighting.
Yep.
Here's what I think these two visions mean. And the information that we gleaned means. First of all, if we go against the Congregants and wipe them out, it seems like we will get a chance to use those portals. That's the one less interesting version of this. The one where we're flying away with the Shard of Law seems to be the one that would be helping the Congregants.
Oh, we weren't flying. We were in the middle of town before we blew this place sky high and got shunted back in the material plane.
Yeah, we're destroying this place with the shard of law. Well, Astra is, it sounds like.
And killing millions of people in the process, but, hey, what's a little collateral damage, right?
Well, I mean, we get all of the material plane back though.
So there's a few ideas I'm having right now. It's either we somehow go back in time, he says like jokingly, or maybe an alternate reality, or the material plane never was destroyed in the first place. It's out of those three.
I mean, strictly speaking, third one, aside from, has anyone actually been to the material plane since all this has happened? What if we've been just being fed a bunch of bullshit from these people here?
Yep, that's true.
I think
Or maybe even if it's not bullshit to them, maybe someone else is making everyone here believe that that's the way things went.
Yeah, maybe Aiden's trying to deceive them for the Congregants.
September.
Possibility.
Yes.
Did you manage to research what I asked? Not to be impatient.
We have like books that we
Yeah,
cannot
we've-
read.
We've copied down books. Could you remind me exactly what you asked me out of character, because I have such a limited memory as a actual human being?
Annulus and Chronospin.
Annulus and Kronos?
Chronipson.
Chronipson.
Anipson. If I recall correctly, they are one is the name of a place that was Annulus?
Yep, Annulus.
It's
Was
a
place-
prison for the mad god of Tharsden,
Yeah.
material plane god, and then Chronospin is an elder elemental of time.
Oh, somebody takes notes. Not me, but thank you, Cree.
So the place is a prison?
It's a prison
quite
for the
get it.
mad god of Tharsden. His name's Tharsden.
Does that mean anything to you?
Literally a whole entire building dedicated to holding him.
I don't know. Does the name mean anything?
I mean,
to
if he
you?
controls time, seems like that'd be a pretty useful time to get his help to.
No, they're
things back on
separate.
track.
Imrian,
think.
go ahead and roll me a history check.
Because Chronospin is different.
Come on, history.
Well, how do we get to this
Okay.
chrono spin?
I'll
So
guide him.
you remember Bakaram
20
saying that
percent.
that black hole was a nullus.
Hmm.
As for Tharsden, he's relatively known. Like, you know that he's been locked away. He's known as the Chain God, the Sleeping God. As for what he did to get himself locked up, no idea.
Mm-mm.
Can I roll a history check for that too, Travis?
Yeah, go for
Isn't
it.
he sealed up on one of the islands?
Damn.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So, it was rumored, well, not even rumored, it was said that Ao and Tharsden, Ao's the overgod, he's like the Odin to
how do you
the
spell
Forgotten
AO?
Realms. Ao.
Oh, literally. Okay.
Yeah. He is known as the overgod, but he tends to not really care about the squabbles of normal people. Ao and Tharsden are like two sides to a coin. One creates, the other one destroys. And there was a massive war that took place between the two of them. One can't exist, or let's see. One could exist without the other, but Tharsden didn't really care about his own life, right? So he just he tried to wipe everything out that Ao created. So they locked him up, because that was the only way they could do it. And well, that's about it. How he was trying to destroy things, it's a good question. Tillium, the journal that Astra transcribed, notes that Tharsden tried to destroy the crystal spheres, and then after he destroyed the crystal spheres, there was the potential that it could destroy the inner and outer planes and spread out from the material planes out into the rest of the planes. So, as for exactly how they prevented Tharsden from doing all this, that's a good question. But they did lock him away to prevent him from doing any of that. And I guess he wasn't too much of a worry. But if he got out, it's bad news.
In our vision, you said it looked like it was frozen. Was that the term you used?
Yeah, it looked like it was frozen. Like some of the phlogiston kind of like slowly spiraled around it, but it wasn't like sucking in any of the phlogiston.
Like frozen in time, perhaps? Is that too much of a leap?
Yeah, it's not moving. It didn't even look like it was like pulling anything in. It more like stuff was falling into it.
Maybe this elemental of time, you said?
Chronospin. Yeah.
Froze time there? I don't know why, though.
Probably to stop himself from getting destroyed with the rest of the material plane. If it did get destroyed. Time can't move. Whatever's trying to move, destroy everything over a period of time, can't get to him.
So you're telling me that there's we're talking about a god of creation and a god of destruction, and they somehow destroyed the material plane, even though the god of destruction is still locked up tight. But he would be the one to do it.
I mean, the weird thing is, whoever wrote the letter references these people trying to destroy everything as them. But is them the same as the Vaasidian?
The weirdest part is, how does all of this correlate?
And it also
to
said, "Don't
this
trust the gods."
place?
How does what, sorry?
Everything correlates to here, Daicho. Has to.
It doesn't. This is just another prison that we need to break out of. And to be honest, this is way above my pay grade. We're talking about the god of creation. We're not even talking on the level of, regular gods. This is like the big kahuna. You do realize that, right?
I guess.
And if he's so powerful
Yeah.
and strong, why didn't he just fix this?
How come?
I mean, if he can
That is
create
true.
and one destroyed, then he's powerful and all. Why not just create again?
Creates a
Um,
prison for him too. Can't even
I mean-
hold him.
If we still have things to be answered, maybe we should all see the Visionist again. They were weirdly actually very helpful.
Unless someone
Only if you want
assist,
to.
someone probably assisted in getting him out of prison.
Hmm.
I mean, this is all speculation and stuff. We don't really know what happened. Best thing we can do, like Imrian said, maybe try and get some more answers, but we just need to figure out what course of action we're going to follow, if any. Maybe we just accept our lives here and we just figure out how to make a living. I don't know.
Well, I think conflict between these two sides is inevitable.
How we
So,
figure into the equation is our choice.
Hmm.
And sadly, we don't know which is the path of least resistance, because pretty much every one of them that we've seen leads to a lot of shit going down. And one wrong move, you could end up on the ass end of a pike or something, like one of those big robot things.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, another good note is we can ally ourselves with the wasps. I think they want out, so I think they'll work with us.
The wasps.
The
Hmm.
people that run the place we're at now. But again,
See.
even they've already told us their predicament, and they're not exactly well off in their current circumstance. About to be potentially going into debt.
Hmm.
And I doubt they'd want to take up arms and try and push against either side and end up putting a target on their back. They've already lost a few people. They might be able to get us information and stuff, but even that doesn't seem to be getting us too far.
Yeah. You an Imperium elf? Looking at Astra, if he's not concentrating anymore.
What's it called? Astra's, he's been concentrating, but nah, he's gonna look about you. What's it called? I am from the Imperium, but I am an Astra elf.
Okay, well, I'm sure they'll like you. Maybe play up that whole professor thing. I have no idea what you actually study.
What's it called? Astra, like, eyes, like, suddenly widen, and looks to Kree. Kree, who or what is the thing that you worship again?
Alioth?
Elio?
No, Alioth.
Oh, Alioth. Okay. Do you know who Togan is by chance?
Off the top of my head, DM, do I know who Togan?
You can roll me a history check. Well, you know it's one of the name of the Isles on Daicho.
I know it's one of
No,
the
if
Isles on
only-
Daicho.
Only someone scrolled out on the map, you know.
Yeah. That looks like it's connected to Terminal Way and the Gutless Ways. In order to
Okay.
get it, we would either have to go through the Gutless Ways, or through
are
the
the Elf
Cupboard
Eaters.
and the Terminal Way.
What about it?
He's gonna hand over the spear. This spear here, if you're a worshiper of the entity known as Togan, it does a lot. It does it does a lot more damage, I'm just gonna say. It seems to, like, drain the life like breaking down the creature that you inflict with. Above board, if you worship Togen and you hit someone with this, it it does 4d8 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Oh goddamn!
But if you don't, it's just a normal spear, like 1d8.
Oh, it's really not that big of a magic item.
Yeah.
Who exactly is Togen? Famous enough to have an island?
Yeah. Can I roll? See if I have picked up any information on Togen.
I don't think you guys have.
Hmm.
I think he's actually did learn, because I heard it, but I don't want to mitigate.
Well, there's 3 elves in the party. I don't think it's a good idea for us to go through the gutless ways. We'd
Especially
probably
since
make
2 of
it-
us just killed some of their allies.
Right. Probably make it 2 feet across the
Well-
bridge before they destroy us.
The wasps did speculate that the drow must be worshipping someone else now that Lolt is gone, so that checks out.
Yeah. This might be who they're worshipping then.
Hogan?
Yeah. Oh. Actually. Uh, hmm. Hey DM, is this spear two-handed or is it one-handed?
It's a two-handed spear.
Ooh, okay.
I thought spears were versatile. You could do it 2-handed or 1-handed.
It's probably a
Right.
special spear.
Oh, true.
Yeah, basically acts out as it does out of the player's handbook. Just to clear up any confusions.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter. There's no point to caution you were not using it. If the drow see it, I don't think they'll like us anyway. Looking at the elves.
Oh, if anything, if they don't recognize you and they find the spear, they might think you're one of them and worship the god. So it could help us in negotiations.
Look, not to burst your bubble, but unless you have a way of altering yourself in a certain way, Ranger will gesture to the faces of him and his other elves. There's a distinct difference between us and them. That'll make it pretty obvious you're not one of them.
I could just sell it.
If September could get rid of the beak and, maybe get some, take off a couple feathers, maybe he could pass, but
I think not.
Huh?
No, I don't have any deception type magic. But if I sleep, I might be able to learn one.
Well, we could always get more information at the library again, and we found that we can copy books very well. Oh, you do need to read these, by the way.
Yes, I've been reading them for hours, I know.
Yeah. Got Tillium one done, and then the other one's Shard of Law, the other one's about the spawning stone.
I think I read the spawning stone. Or at least I got started with it. I don't remember.
Also, September, there's... I'm not sure if he's sure. Did you come through the market?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Did you come through the market on the way? You might not have.
Did we come through the market?
There's Neogi around here.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, if there's Neogi around here, it's possible that either your friends or my friends are enslaved. Or it's possible that they died. Either way, it's a bad feeling.
we'll investigate later.
So, what's the plan of action here?
I think the Visionist. Do you have anything you could ask them? Like, Priya, you were after someone with a name, but I don't remember the name.
What was that?
You're after someone who had an X name, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh.
Yeah, we're like 10 sessions in and he hasn't given us anything. Shit.
There you go.
Yeah, I was about to put that. Thank you.
I was like, I
I
know
was
you're
looking at it, trying to type it up. Yeah, I can't. Go ahead. That's what it is in the chat. How do you say it, DM?
Zaris.
Zaris. Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
And maybe
Zaris.
if no one has any other plans, I think you should meet the Visionist at least.
I'd like to ask about the annuals. Although that seems like, given our current predicament, it's fairly selfish of me to do so. But if everybody else is going to be a little bit selfish, I guess it's not too bad.
I'll look at Ranger. Should we see the captain on the way out?
I don't know where the vision is, or how do I get there? Or set that up.
All could
we'll
tell
take you there.
Oh wait, no, he's not there. Never mind.
Also, we're telepathically communicating. So.
Yeah. I was like, oh wait, he's not there. I can't hear shit. I was just sitting out there.
I mean, I don't really see a reason to. We're just heading out. I mean, how many of us are going? Are we all going this time, or is Zastra gonna stay back and read his books? I mean, we did get a room here.
I'll go with you guys. We've been separated long enough.
That's fine. We'll introduce you to the captain later.
Yeah, we can always say our highs and good nights when we get back and get ready for bed. Hell, maybe go into the sea, or we might find something out and might actually have something to ask that we might get some answers for from the captain or the inn owner.
Meeting adjourned? I don't know. Something like
Go team? I don't know.
that.
Welcome verse.
All right, so where you guys?
Go Birds.
What do you guys do?
Walk out. I'll say thanks to Raykard on the way out. Nod to him.
Of course.
Then.
You're going to be returning back
Well-
here, right?
Yep.
Do you really want to stay at the other in September?
She has such pretty feathers.
It's not
Also,
She
cheap.
really does.
Totally.
But I guess we can stay here. But I'd at least like to say hi at some point. Okay, I'm smitten, okay?
Yeah, it's written all over your face.
We will return later, Raykard. Thanks.
Damn, you rebounded quick.
Well, I'll see you guys when you get back.
You ready,
Alright.
Jacko? Back to the Visionist?
Right. You guys, everybody's coming with us, right?
Yep.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Just follow me, keep your eyes on a swivel, and we'll be fine. And he starts walking out, has to squeeze out of the door. And he starts walking, and well, everybody roll me a perception check.
Uh-huh.
Kree's rolling good today.
I'm no slouch either.
Nobody's a slouch, holy crap. Everybody's like, I don't fucking trust this
24!
Yeah, Jesus.
Okay. You can see that there's like more kids in the alleys, and they are eyeballing you guys. Imrian, you're a little bit
Okay.
less focused on that.
I'm gonna look to September, and Ash is gonna say, "Are we still mentally connected?"
We were going to be mentally connected for 2 hours.
And
I don't know
he's-
about Cree, though. I know that that's something that lasts for 2 hours for me.
Yeah, I'd
I
say
just
that
don't
it
know.
lasts as long until like the whole thing collapses. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
He's gonna say, "They're probably with the group of kids from earlier."
All right.
I would say watching stuff.
September, Kree, and Ironstar. You three are also like looking up, eyes on a swivel, right? Like Jacko said. And you're looking up at some of these like tall buildings, and you see like a couple of them, like a few winged creatures, like quietly like land on top of one of the buildings and start looking at you guys. And it has like that, like those reflective eyes that cats have. And with a 24, you could tell like they're large. They're as large as like a slaad, right? Their wingspan makes them even larger, and they got like they almost look like vultures, and like they have these big, open, crazy eyes, and they kind of look down at you, and then they start taking off. Not towards you guys, but like in a different direction.
Those are some weird-looking Arakakra, I think.
What
I'm just
direction
starting to
did
get the feeling everyone in this town's watching us for whatever reason.
What direction did they go? Actually, you know what? I didn't roll that well. Scratch that.
Direction did they go?
Yeah, these things.
Oh,
Yeah, they're very
like
weird-looking Arakakra, that's for sure.
yeah.
That's a
They
pink
have
list,
feathers.
isn't it?
They can pick up a whole ass human.
Their feathers are not as nice.
No.
Oh my goodness.
It's almost like a jackal from Halo with wings.
Yeah, you right.
But you guys eventually make your way further into the Shard Ward. More market spaces start popping up. Spots with food, spots with services, a few restaurants. It's actually starting to look a little nicer than it did in the weekways. Then you guys are taken to the Visionist. Jacko goes in. Quorum, there's a couple, well, more than a couple now. Those same guys from earlier, they're here to get another vision. Is it okay for me to let him in? And then he comes back out. He said you could come in.
I'll go in.
How you doing,
Okay.
Luck? The other troll right next to the door. Oh, I'm doing alright. Missed ya. Well, you guys go in, and there's the smell of incense in the air. There's candles lighting the room, and there are pillows in front of this troll that, like, he looks cool. He looks very shamanistic. Like, he's got dreads and like large tusks that jut out towards you guys, and yeah.
What
Hello.
a nice
We're
setup you
back.
have here.
Hello again. This is the rest
Brought
of
the
your
others this
companions, eh?
time.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Imrian.
I suppose introductions are first. Yes.
But
So
they have
this
not
is
met.
September.
Good to meet you, September.
Kree and Astra. This is Bakorum, the Vision.
Decorum. It's nice to meet you.
It is good to
Yes.
meet you too.
Yes, it's nice to meet you.
Well,
Ash
since
is tired.
Yes, of course. September will have a seat.
I get that in the same beanbag I used last time.
Okay.
Astro
Are you-
sit.
Yeah,
there you
Cree will
go.
take a seat.
So you're the man with all the answers, apparently.
I wouldn't say so. I have more wrong answers than right answers.
I look at everybody else. Oh, wrong answers. More wrong answers than right ones.
And I did say that not every option was the one that was going to happen. The fact that we've seen two means one of them's wrong. At least.
Corum, are you... If you're given a name of a person, could you have a vision of them, or is that more unpredictable?
It depends on the person, I think. Because if I don't know them, then I can go to anybody.
Well, I guess we could just tell you the name and see if you know it. And I'll look to Cree. My friend here has the name.
Zars. I think I've seen him in a vision with 3 eyes as well.
I know him, but it's not a good idea to visit him.
Oh.
Why not?
He's... From what I know, he can reach through any portal.
Yeah, that's probably what we need.
You see that he's like... You could tell, like, just his body language is showing that he's nervous. I don't know.
What makes you nervous about him?
He's a god of destruction, so I don't think he's gonna sit down for a conversation.
Oh, that sounds great. 2 gods of destruction, one really big and one, medium size.
We're gonna have to talk to somebody. We have no answers at this point.
Well, what are the
Yes,
answers you
well.
need?
Does he go by... Do they go by another name?
Vaasidian never goes by another name. He's been known by other names by somebody else, but he's always called himself Vaasidian.
But he's also known as Exirus.
As what?
Exirus? Is that what?
No, is
Yours?
that... He doesn't have a name named Zaris.
Oh, I think I'm confused.
I thought Cree was asking about Zyrus,
Yeah.
Oh.
not Thorsten.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Vaasidian. I don't know why I thought that.
No.
No, it's okay. He
Good old fantasy names.
I'm getting confused by my own names. Zaris, I don't know a Zaris.
Would you be able to see him through a vision? Mine?
If he's alive.
This seems like he might be a big part of our story. Just 3 eyes showed him in my future, and I don't know why.
I can
Or not
try,
future.
but I don't know who he is. But if you've seen him, maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I think I saw him in a vision with you guys.
Can you give me an image of him?
I will try psionically. Telepathic. I think I can do that, right?
Like project an image?
Yeah.
You kind of like stare at him, and then it almost looks like he got shot in the face with like an air puff. Just that was unpleasant, but I think I got it. I don't know who this person is. I've never seen him before. Alright. Let's see if I can find him. And then he starts to close his eyes. And then he sticks out his hand.
Kree will reach out his non-coppered hand.
Okay. Well, does anybody else grab onto Bakara?
Yeah.
I joined the circle of pain.
I cautiously grab on like everybody else. Just like, well, what's going on? Am I supposed to do this? Yes? No?
Mhm.
Well, you see that he
Hold on.
takes from behind him this wicked crooked dagger, and then he eviscerates himself,
It'll get
cuts
you.
himself open, and then starts pulling out his stomach innards and looking at them.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh. Hmm.
Yep, suddenly it makes a lot of sense
Jocko
why the
did warn
incense
you.
is what it is.
September kind of throws up a little bit in his mouth.
Jocko did warn you.
All right, do you guys follow the
Um,
river, or do you guys try to resist it?
Follow.
Okay.
So let's prefer lead away from this site.
Alright.
He goes with the river.
So
Yeah.
you guys end up closing your eyes, and you have like, it feels like a very vivid dream, and you are taken to a place that is familiar, but you guys really don't want to go again. It's deep underwater, and it's like going through this structure underwater that looks to be purposely made out of stone, and like it has its own architecture language. And the vision takes you guys through these hallways until you arrive at one of these creatures that you've seen before. It's one of the brine dwellers, and it's resting.
Is it a resting brine dweller?
What's Brian Dweller doing?
I don't have good memories of those.
This
You
is
don't have good
Zadis.
memories of them.
Wait,
Something
does
changed
it look
him.
like 3 eyes? Okay, no, it's just a regular Brian Dweller.
Wait, something changed them. Hmm.
This was Zadis.
Oh.
So he's dead now.
He's a brine dweller.
Yes, but this is the material plane, so
Wait, if he's a Astra says like tapping his chin.
I don't think this
He
is the
turned to that
material
by our
plane.
good friend that we killed.
Not the material plane.
Is there any markings or symbols on the building? Like the walls around?
No markings. Just it's very like I don't know, like carved basalt columns.
Hmm.
if it's not the material plane, what is it? Some elemental plane?
It would have to be, but there are a few that have oceans and seas. Obviously, the plane of
Well,
water is
Elemental
one of
plane
them.
of water.
But
Not
each
really
plane is
fond of water.
each plane is
Yeah.
as bigger than the material plane. So I don't even know where this is.
Hmm.
Very well.
Suddenly, you guys feel yourselves getting pulled back, like something like grabbed you. And you guys start getting pulled away from this brine dweller. And the brine dweller, you can see, like, opens all three of his eyes and starts looking around. But it looks like you getting pulled created, like, turbulence in the water. And you guys are just being yanked through these tunnels until you get to, like, this domed area. And you see that there is a familiar aboleth, but it has like its tentacles torn off and is floating in the water. And you see all 3 of its eyes have been torn out. And it's just like levitating, not even levitating, but just floating there in the water. And you can tell that it's like breathing, like it's still alive. And as you guys look down, you guys see 2 rows of 3 eyes looking at you. Like, it's bigger than 3 eyes, the one that's been torn apart. And then...
What?
God damn it, I forgot to double tap.
You guys, like, open up your eyes as you see Vakaram pull his hand away. And it looks like he's still stuck in the dream. His eyes are like glowing and they're blue.
Well, that didn't happen last time.
Help me! His eyes are like open wide.
I'll throw. Awesome. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, can I Arcana check him real quick? Because I don't want to like just suddenly like grab him and shake him.
Sure.
Okay. No, the drowsiness is too strong. I don't have to spell magic, guys.
All right. You guys see
I'm
as...
gonna slap him with protection from good and evil and see if that does anything.
It's a pretty good idea. All right, so you start walking over and you start seeing like his fingers crack and break and twist, and they're not reforming themselves as they normally do.
The power of Christ compels you. No, I'm just... Yeah, I want to use protection from good and evil on him. Snap out of it.
You're stronger than this.
All right, so you place this spell on him, and you see that his eyes dim and return back to normal. Thank goodness. And his fingers start like cracking back into place. I don't know what that thing is.
We don't know either.
Yeah, we do.
Well, clearly it's keeping our old friend that we thought we got rid of alive or something.
The Nebulith, right? Another one?
You think
Just
you guys had a mama?
To verify,
Now she's
DM,
pissed.
I don't want to think about that.
when you said there was 2 rows of 3 eyes, did you mean there was like 2 rows of Aberrant?
Mm-hmm. Like, it looked to be one creature, right? But just massive eyes, but on either side of it, whatever head it has, because that pit was super dark, but you just saw these glowing eyes coming from it. And equally distant, like to the eyes themselves, there's just one row of red eyes, and then the other row is red eyes. And they were all just looking at all of you.
Okay, so that was disturbing. This whole thing has been disturbing. But I do have a question.
And then all the guts look to have been formed back over. And then you see like Vakar moves his shirt out of the way to allow his intestines to come back in. And you see all the scars from all the times that he's done this.
Yeah, I loathe actually the thought of asking my question now.
Hey, at least you got a small warning before you got thrown into this.
True, true.
2 of us didn't.
How painful is all of that, sir?
It's as painful as the first time I did it. You just get used to the feeling.
I could never get used to that. I loathe to ask a question. Is it petty of me to ask something selfish of you. If you say yes, I won't ask.
You can ask. Just don't take me back to that place. Please.
Not my intention. I was wondering if any of the annuals were alive, any of my friends, or indeed any of my friend Emrion's friends are still alive. The crew of his ship. We've lost a lot of friends, and we're hoping that maybe they're still alive, enslaved by possibly the and my real life memory is going. What are the name of those things?
What?
Yogi.
Yeah.
Neogi, yes.
I don't know who the annuals are, but I can try, I think.
They are my colleagues, each one of them. Well, I'm Mr. September, and there's a Mr. December, and there's a Miss January. You get the idea. Where we all have a name that's after a
Named after some mythical thing that doesn't exist.
months exist, at least did when there was a moon and a material plane.
Well, that's assuming the D&D world uses the standard months and not some fancy moonlith and stuff like that. I don't know what the actual calendar is for D&D.
For realm space, it's called the calendar of Harptos, and it is not like our calendar.
Yeah, well, everybody's from a different place, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you made up
They
names.
use our calendar in the place he comes from.
Oh, shoot your shot.
You know who's locked in Togan Island?
That is Togan.
So Togan is locked in Togan Island?
Yes. He is one of the previous anarchists.
People worship an.
I mean, he's like Diak. But he came up with a pretty clever way of not dying. He became a lich. So the only way to destroy him was to find his philanthropy, which nobody could do. So they locked him up inside of Togan Isle. If I remember right,
If I had to take a wild guess, it's somewhere around here, considering the material plane's gone.
I mean, you can create pocket dimensions. I've heard of that being done before, but it has to remain on limbo. That's how Lord Damber is able to have his fields. It doesn't go out of limbo. It just exists within limbo in a space that's protected by it. But it's still affected by it, according to what I hear about the people who work the fields.
Well, yes.
Anyway.
Can you produce images of the enemies?
Of the what?
Of the annuals. Looking at Mr. September. To help.
Yes, that would be very thankful if I found out what happened to them, if any of them are alive.
Wait. Are you guys talking about like your crew members before you guys crashed into the ocean?
Well, you see,
No.
Imrian and I have a strange bond. Before I knew anything about the phlogiston or the crystal spheres, I knew nothing about any of that. I was just living a life as a thief, to be quite honest. Noble thief, a very, I very generous. I rob from the rich, give to the poor, although the poor happens to be a little less poor than... Well, anyway, you get the idea. And I was part of a group called the Annuals. We each took a code name after a particular month.
I see. That's
And we were attacked by Nyogi, and Imrion's ship came and sort of saved us, but during that scuffle, all of my friends were either captured or died, and all of Emerion's friends were either captured or died. So we just kind of had each other for a long time.
I see. That explains why you were staring at the Nyogi earlier.
Yeah, bad memories. Bad memories all around.
I mean,
And look,
it's
now
kind
we're
of
all
like
best of
how-
friends.
You guys hear
Well, I mean,
Jacko and Lark talking outside, and then you guys see like 5 people, quote unquote people, enter the room, and they look strange. They look bald. They have like slightly elongated humanoid faces, and their skin looks strange. It almost looks like they're made out of wax.
These were the people walking with the cadaver collectors earlier, right?
No, these guys are different. They like wear like a tunic and like regular clothes, but their skin looks so weird. It looks almost like a Hollywood movie prop, like a bad one. And you hear one of them say, "Bakaram, now is the time for the tribute to Amber." Right. Pardon me, people. I need to go and get my financials. You see that he stands up, obviously standing much larger than the rest of you guys, and heads into the back room. And then, once Bakaram gets out of sight, you see these wax men kind of look over at you guys, and they just have these very neutral expressions on their face. They don't even say anything.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Mr. September remains quiet, naturally quiet, for seemingly no reason.
Right. A couple minutes later, you see Jacko walk in and hand over some money over to them. And you see the main one starts counting. You have 800 gold pieces until you are out of debt, Bakaram. And your 2 slaves, Lark and Jacko, have 200 left before they are out of the indentured servitude of Laura and Amber. Alright. Is there anything else I should know? Like, has there been any word about what might happen between Amber and the Congregants? No word. Just continue your business. And you see that he nods, and then these like wax men leave the establishment. And then he sits back down.
Interesting individuals.
They are Lord Amber's Magen.
Seems this place runs on protection money.
No. Lord Amber's are, well, he's the biggest businessman in town. He owns
see.
many of the businesses in the Shard Ward, in the Weak Ways. Not so much in the Scapula, because Shai keeps him off of him. But he's he's not on Diak's good side.
That's very interesting.
Why?
Diak likes to think that all of Daicho belongs to him. But Lord Amber obviously thinks more correctly than him that if he owns the people, whether he calls it slavery or indentured servitude, it doesn't matter too much. Either way, you give up your right to choice. And if you can enslave everyone, then is Daicho really yours? And that is Lord Amber's angle. And Diak does not like it.
Well, for once I agree with Diak. Although I don't agree with him on much.
Wins the people. He does win the city, right?
Yeah, he does.
The problem is that he does it by elbowing other businesses out. If you have one business that does a right service, another one that does the same service but cheaper, eventually that other business is going to run out of money. And there's one person in town that lends out money in the way that he does, and that's Lord Amber. And when you owe him money, you sign a contract that gives up your rights. Diak believes that every man or creature on Daicho has the right to choice, but Aiden believes that any contract made, you should honor it. So, Lord Amber took advantage of that.
And what should happen if these contracts were, I don't know, destroyed?
You got to find them first. That's the currency of Lord Amber. So, if you can find them and you can destroy them, it would release them from their debt. But you'd make a pretty potent enemy.
I'd also make a very potent friend.
Good. At the same time, Lord Amber, he's more charitable than I'm giving him credit for. Most of the people here live in squalor if they do not have enough money, especially now that food is becoming more and more expensive. If people want to get out of the rain and they want to earn money, they can sign the contract and work in Lord Amber's fields. And whatever they harvest from his fields, they can sell, and he gets a portion of that. So he provides food and shelter for labor. But again, they give up their right to choice.
So
Diak doesn't care about them.
Not like he's enslaving them, no. You know what I mean?
I do.
If Aiden cared about them, he would do something about it.
Aiden doesn't care about anyone here. He provides services, but he doesn't care about anyone here. He's just here to further his father's plot against Limbo. Diak doesn't care about anybody here that can't make a name for themselves or rise above the city themselves. So you usually need to have a skill like mine that's very valued, or you work for someone who works for the Castle Amber.
So what you're saying is pretty much everybody's a cretin.
No, not everyone. You can have a successful business in Daicho and never own or never owe anything to Lord Amber. There's a man in the scapula known as Bracchus, who is a blacksmith, who doesn't owe anything to Castle Amber.
Yes, but scapula
Most people
is
don't.
often
But there are a
favored
great
to-
many that
to
do.
avoid the scapula in Riven Isles because that's where the isn't that where the congregants are?
The Congregants isolate themselves in the Riven Isles,
Riven Isles, okay.
but they spread their influence into the scapula. So they will use the Hounders, also owned by Lord Amber, to protect their own businesses, including from the Toadmen, the ones that collect the money from me and from other businesses inside the Shard Ward. They will attack and kill them if they need to. So it protects them. The Congregants don't ask for taxes, but they do ask for donations, because we do live in a Diak controlled city. So if you want to get weapons from the Shard Ward, you need to have money to buy them.
Understood.
And food. Food is huge. Lord Amber
Have
doesn't
you
let
actually-
anything go without money. Or
You
your
ever
rights.
actually talked to the Congregants or any of them?
No. No, the Toadmen tend to come here. If they suspect a business is colluding with the Congregants, then they come in, they interrogate you with a black gem. And the black gem will tell if you're lying or if you are not.
Oh.
Oh,
we experienced
interesting.
that.
Oh.
Interesting.
Isn't it a good thing Mr. September decided to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Probably.
If they find out you're lying, you're stuck in the prisons.
Yes, we started out there here. It's not very pleasant.
Nobody wants to go to the prisons. So most people, like, you'll see them every once in a while, especially the further you get away from Aiden, people who will not surrender their rights and they'll live on the streets. But you can't judge any of them, because is it so bad to have food and shelter for labor? Most people would say no, but others say that their rights shouldn't be taken from them, and so they live on the streets. And any parents who sign the contract, Lord Amber believes children shouldn't, so they're sent to the orphanage where they learn skills, and that is generally theft. And they return that money and help their parents to escape the debt that they're in.
See,
It's a dark place we live in. That's why I don't believe either Diak or Lord Amber are good for the city.
I see.
I tend to agree with you. Neither of them do sound like they're good for the city.
If we were going to talk to the Congregants, Quorum, how would we talk to them? What is our best way?
I don't know. I haven't talked to them.
What?
I don't need the Toadman coming here and interrogating me.
Yes,
As
we
the
wouldn't
moment-
want to.
The moment they take me
involve.
away,
Yeah, I don't want to involve you either. I was just wondering if you had an idea of where they stay or.
you
any
can
of
find
that.
them in the Riven Isles. You can try to vouch on yourself and try to find the Congregant in town. They usually hide in plain sight, but they hide themselves well.
This is all very interesting.
Hmm.
In any case,
You-
I am a bit worried about my friends and Imran's friends. Is it too much to ask to get back to that?
No. Just, do you have a way of showing me a picture of them?
Could I psychically
Yeah,
do
just
it?
pull out the Kodak and Polaroid. Here you go.
A group selfie.
Right.
Yeah. Am I psychically able to link and give him that information?
Yeah, but it would just drop the telekinetic, or not telekinetic, telepathic link between the 5 of you.
That's fine. It just hasn't. We haven't been using it right now anyway. It's probably been more than an hour or two.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and pick off another one of my psychic power abilities and share with him what I remember of their faces, including Imran's friends, if I can remember them clearly.
Okay. Use. Let's see. That should be rolling. Okay. All right. You see January and you see May, and they look to be in like an elf city.
January and May in the Null City. Any of Imran's friends?
Then you are taken to a different place in the astral, where it looks to be the skeleton of some dead god. And it comes down on like the thigh part of this dead god. Nothing actually ages here, but it looks like this dead god has had like its skin removed, so its skull is visible, but its actual form is still perfectly fine. Zooms down to the thigh, which has been split and opened up, and you see April and February, like, with a shovel, literally, like, digging into the meat of this large dead god, and piling it into, like, a wheelbarrow.
April and February is on a dead god. January and May are in an elven city. It looks like they're okay.
And that is all you see.
Turn to Imran. Sorry, I did not see any of your friends.
It's alright. They're resourceful. They know wild space.
I did see 4 of mine.
Well, there isn't any wild space. That's the problem.
2 of them are doing fine. 2 of them are enslaved. Enslaved on a dead god's corpse. Which is something I would want to go see. Do you know what dead god's corpse they might be on?
1 second.
I think there's a lot of dead gods at the moment, to be honest.
Wonder what that tastes like.
Divine?
You said they were digging around and stuff like that, right?
Yes, they were digging into his thigh.
Hmm.
Well,
Do we know anything about the fields?
no, you wouldn't know anything about the fields. However, as for the dead god, you guys can roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'll just give guidance to Mr. September, seeing as it's his vision.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going to use my my birdie
Oh, that's
ability to
animal
give myself
handling.
advantage.
That's animal handling. Wrong die.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, so then a D4 from...
I got 21.
Okay,
Okay.
I didn't get anything.
So, the dead god is the Githyanki city of Tunarath. They are not good people. And they are not in Limbo, they are in the Astral Sea.
Ah. Hmm.
Is the Astral Sea the same as the Astral Dominion?
An astral dominion is like a bubble inside the astral sea.
Ah, got you.
Okay, so yes, with the Githyanki, that's unfortunate. We'll need to free them at some
And-
point.
And the other two were where? In a safe place, you said?
In a Elven city.
Oh, the wrath of
No.
Tuna.
No distinct features in the city? You can remember. Did we all see the vision? Or was this just a...
As many people wanted to join in on the vision.
Oh, yeah. Is the Elf City... Does anyone know it?
It looks familiar to you.
I'd
To
probably.
Looks like
Does it look
the
familiar to me?
yeah, it looks familiar to Astra too. Looks like the
Mm,
place where you went to university, like the same type of city. Imrian is the place you ran away from.
Oh, what's it called?
It is called Zarnum.
Zarnum. Is it the capital?
Yep.
mm,
The capital
September,
on the
that's-
material is Zerixis, but in the Astral Sea, it's Zarnum.
That's the capital of the Imperium. Zarnum. And it's probably the safest place anywhere at the moment.
Well, I would love to see them again, but at this point, I'm just glad that they're safe. It's my other two colleagues that I worry about. And the fact I've seen nobody else means that they're dead. At least, Mrs. May is fine. Ms. May was something else. She was quite beautiful. We used to call her Dismay as a joke.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
Is it nighttime? Not that we can... Can we even distinguish a nighttime in this place?
Yes, because like the fog like dims, and then when it's getting towards daylight, it brightens up again.
What if they just do that to fuck with people? What if they're like, it's like, middle of the day, but let's turn it down and make everyone think it's like nighttime, and everyone goes to sleep.
What
even though
time
it's
is it
only
right now?
like 1.
Based on the little fog sky.
It looks to be either heading in. Well, it looks to be heading into evening. So 4-ish, 3-ish.
I think this is perfect time to go check those isles out.
Which Isles?
Isles.
Which ones?
The ones with the Congregants.
I think we need to be very careful. If we're
Indeed.
seen walking in there, they will just arrest us next time we come back.
Indeed.
There's no way that we can't talk to them and find out their side. Right? Am I the only one that thinks that?
I think we need to find one of these hidden people.
I think that we need to find a good way to do it in such a way that we're not exposing ourselves. Might be something that somebody needs to just disguise themselves and enter very carefully. But we've established that nobody has the ability to disguise themselves that way.
Not yet, but I'm not good with people, so
I mean,
practically do
I
suicide mission.
technically can, but I can't. I'm neither stealthy nor much of a talker. So.
You technically can disguise yourself?
Mm-hmm.
How?
This little bad boy, and I'm gonna move my tattoo around my body. My masquerade tattoo.
Alright.
Your masquerade what?
Tattoo. That's what the item's
Tattoo.
called.
Does that only work on you, or does it work on other people as well?
No, someone can borrow it. I'd like it back, but... Are
That
you the
might be a
person
good
for the
idea.
job?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to do it?
Was a
You can't
thought.
make the bird not look like a bird, or the bird in your
Yes.
bubble. But some of us are a pretty unique cast of people that tend to draw the eyes of people around here. So unless you can get rid
Change
of that,
yourself
you're
into a
still-
kid. You'd be like a little child.
Would it be a child, or would it be a bird job though?
Good question. I don't know how well this spell works.
Yeah.
Well,
Like a whole ass
A
transform.
bird
How does
child
it
would
work?
probably draw even more attention.
This is true.
Anyway, are we done with our mystic friend here?
Thanks for
But y'all
calling.
got more questions?
Sorry about that experience.
No, it's fine. That's why
No, it's
I'm here. I have to put myself
It's-
at risk in order to make a living.
really not fine. Here. We'll give him 20 gold pieces.
He'll take it. Thank you.
Anything to help somebody to be more free.
Thank you. And he gives you a smile. Alright, so where do you guys go from here?
Did we establish what time it was?
It's about
4.
3 or 4-ish. You can walk out and try to look up towards the clock tower. It's the biggest structure in the cities.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yes,
Forgot
Big
there's a
Ben.
huge clock.
Oh,
Alright.
this is true.
Looks like it's about ready to hit the top of the clock and give off 16 bells.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 4 o'clock. Got it. Well, perhaps before we do anything hasty, we should talk to your elven friend. We really didn't have a chance to talk to him, and it's getting late anyway. And said that we have a room there.
Mm-hmm.
That's my vote. What everybody else thinks for right now.
Fine by me.
I
I
don't
don't
care.
know that we have much direction at the moment anyway.
I mean, we have a lot of directions. We just got to choose one. Either pick one of the few laid out before us, or, like Kree said, maybe we try and veer off the path and go for a direction that isn't laid before us. Will it set us back, or will it push us forward? Who knows?
One vision that we didn't have. Being on the side of them.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Don't say that out loud while we're walking.
So that means two things. It's either a very low chance, or the time we do, we probably die.
I mean, we also don't know how his powers work, or why it even grabbed the two options it did grab.
True.
I don't pretend to understand all the different types of magic people use. Who knows? It could truly be random. You roll a 6-sided die, it's gonna land on one of 6 numbers. You
can try and predict 2 of them, but that doesn't mean it's going to land on the 2 you said. If it was that easy, then people would be really good at craps. And the casinos wouldn't be able to get nothing done.
All right.
I guess we'll say goodbye to Jacko.
We're all boy.
Yeah.
Remember, keep your eyes on a swivel, because you're gonna find violence in the city, and nobody's coming to save you. So, be careful.
Alrighty. Ranger will draw his gun, spin it on his finger a bit, and just hold it at the ready.
All right. Well, boy. And then Lark
Boy.
goes, boy. And you guys start
Head
taking
off
off
to the end.
down the alleys again. And probably Emrian and Ironstar start like leading the way because they have a familiar road. And you guys start to see the Niyogi off in one of the alleys with a few Umber Hulks and a handful of slaves. And they look to be like selling off a few of them, like they're lined up. Definitely, bad vibes for sure. Thankfully, they're not looking at you.
Any unique slaves? I don't know.
They're
Just ordinary.
there's a
I
few
don't know.
ogres, there's a couple of trolls, there's a lot of humans and frail, small people like gnomes and halflings. But that appears to be it.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely very scummy behavior for sure. But Niyogi aren't known for their, their behavior being like proper and nice. Well, you guys continue further down these alleys, and you guys start entering the weak ways again, where more of the buildings have collapsed and less people are occupying them. They're more like hiding beneath the buildings to get shelter rather than standing or sitting on the side of the street. And it doesn't take long until you guys get back to Raykard's. Okay. As soon as you guys walk into Raykard's, you see Raykard himself is like, "Oh, you did come back. So, how was your trip?"
Illuminating.
Well, good. Well, is there anything else that you guys would like here? Any food? Any more water for some of you?
Feeling hungry? You guys feeling hungry?
Oh, I'm feeling hungry as well. And I'm feeling like a conversation. I didn't get a chance to really talk to you. I know my colleagues probably chewed your ear off. I'm actually known for chewing everybody's ear off even more. So it's gonna be kind of raw. Do you mind?
No, I'm happy with raw.
Ears.
Period.
What do you need?
What do you mean? What do I need?
Well, we know that you're struggling right now with poverty, as it's quite obvious here, and then you have the gutless ways and the elf eaters bearing down on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be something that would be helpful for you that we could do.
Something useful for me. How risky do you want to get?
I just smile.
As you see, I have 3 elves in our group, and I like to do right by the people I'm with. And I suspect that if any of them went into the gutless ways, they would come out a little worse for wear.
Oh, I
So-
wouldn't be sending you into the gutless ways.
Oh, so what would you be doing?
Well, my friend Taubla, she's gone missing. And I haven't seen her for a few days. But she's one of the resistance, one of the congregants. And I don't know where she is. I don't feel comfortable walking up to the Isles, leaving this place alone, especially with my company. So maybe you can go up there and ask around and see what happened to Taubla.
Oh, look at that, Kree. Looks like you were on the right track.
Whoa.
What do you mean right track?
Ever have one of those days where things just happen when they're meant to happen and things are predestined? With deja vu, I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty predestined.
What do you
have
mean?
any access to some way of disguise?
Disguise. I do.
Okay. Enough for all of us. Well, at least 4 of us.
Maybe.
Well, either that or we need a discreet path.
True.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know about 550.
discreet path is... It's dangerous.
Always dangerous.
It involves going not into the prison, but on the edges of the prison. Everything along this massive rock is connected to the prison in one way or another. So you can risk getting caught. There's also things that live down there that are not just slaad. Or I can do your makeup.
Oh,
I don't
I don't
think
know.
makeup's gonna cut it for 2 of us.
I was about to say,
I'll work
makeup
for
on
the
a
others.
toad man might not work.
On a toad man.
No,
yeah.
Can you do his eye back? And I'm gonna point at Chris.
Turtle. Yeah.
I can change his
Cool.
color.
Ah.
change my species. I think I'm pretty stick out pretty well here.
Paint you white. Haha.
Is Taubla... Was it Taubla, sorry? Is that what it was?
Taubla,
Her
yeah.
name? Taubla. Is she the same as you?
No, she's not the same as me. She is human, or at least mostly human. I know that her father is like something that lives outside of Daicho. Like lives in the turbulence somewhere.
I do think we need to meet her then.
Well, I don't know where she is, but I know she's associated with the Congregants. That, I'm just worried for her.
Understood. Could you spell her name for me?
Taubla.
Got us any way to show us what she looks like?
Yes. Yes, I think I can. And she brings over like a mirror, like a hand mirror, and like shoots some magic into it that you can see, and you see like it's this very almost like very thin goth girl, but she's very pretty. And she's got black raven hair with like streaks of different colors running through it. She's pretty thin, can't weigh more than like 100 pounds. And her hand, like sparks with electricity, like between the fingers.
Oh, it's an animated GIF.
Yeah, she almost looks like an animated character. That's
All right. Ranger
that's
puts
what she looked like last time I saw her.
September and Imrian in front of the mirror. All right, note that down in your memory. I think we're paying
Anybody
our troll
else here
friend one more
stealthy?
visit.
Proceeds to look at skills. I'm pretty stealthy, but I wouldn't say
Ranger
I
points to
specialize in
his
it.
pistol, which makes loud booming noises, and also looks fancier than it used to. Because instead of being a shiny silvery iron color, it's now got black iron etchings on it. But his sneaking's not my strong suit.
If you guys are going to go into the scapula rather than going around, the Congregant tend to be pretty paranoid about anybody that goes inside. So Taubla gave me something that will get you through, but I mean, it won't help you if you encounter any toadmen.
Okay. I think me and Astra should go. If Imrian can give me his ability to transform into something else, and you, Astra, could get the makeup treatment. And the two of us can sneak through, and if we get caught, at least we won't look like who we are and won't lead the Toadmen back to our friends.
If we do this, I would like to take the spear as leverage, looks the Kree. I would be giving it back. I wouldn't use it too much after I come back.
How would that be leverage?
Wait. Weren't we going to the Elf Eater's place, right? Where all the drow and stuff are, right?
No, to the Riven Isles. That's where the Congregants are, and that's where
Right.
his friend is.
Right. My brain is like racing. Okay, ignore
They'll
me.
wait for you, huh?
I will unattune from my tattoo, and I will pull it off, and it comes off as a tattoo on like a paper slip, and I will hand it to September.
Well, now we just need a cup of water so he can wet it and put it on his arm for hours.
Essentially.
Hold it on until it dries.
Right?
Gotta peel the
you just
back
have
off
to-
first.
You gotta hold it there for an hour.
Understood. I'll hold it there for an hour, and we'll go from there. I will give it back, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And Astra, you'll need to get made up as something other than an astral elf, I think.
He he gestures to like his starry hair. I'll try my best.
We might just have to shave it off, I think. And I just
He looks at you like horrified.
Well, our friend says that he has some makeup, and he has a way of doing things, and he's an astral elf, so I see no reason why he couldn't help you, Astra.
Ranger snickers
Definitely.
when September says he's an astral elf.
Mm.
Am I wrong?
Hmm.
Ranger doesn't clarify his snicker.
Raises an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Okay. So what do you guys do? Are you guys gonna take the hour to wait for the masquerade tattoo to take on September?
Yeah, we don't have a choice, but during that hour, Astra would be made up to look something different.
You guys
Yeah.
get
I think.
attacked though. There's only two.
There'd only be two of us. If we get attacked, we'd have to run. Unless we
Well,
can.
it's a good thing
bullshit
one of
our
you's
way out.
fast and one of you can link with the stars. So
Yeah.
If we if this counts as a short rest, well, would this hour count as a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
So you guys can start burning hit dice to recover some hit points, and I'll go ahead and hit you guys with the short rest on here. So any abilities that recover on a short rest come back. Short rest.
Does this ability come back on a short rest?
I'm only level 3 wizard, so I only get one of those back. Okay.
You just have the transcribed journals, right?
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind reading those if you're going to be gone.
All right. Do you speak Primordial or do you speak Modron?
No, I thought did they transcribe them, or was that wrong?
They did. Some of them describe, like, I think Astra transcribed the journal, but the pages themselves, like for the Modron, were super thick, and each page basically added up to like a paragraph.
I'll just read the journal then. That's fine. When they go.
Hey, Travis. Can I do comprehend languages to read the books?
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Let's get it. Can I do that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So there's a shard of law. All right.
Yeah, I
And
have two
then
of those left.
the notebook.
I'm gonna
Oh,
put this
it
aside for me to
literally
read.
says the void rings. Okay.
What's it called? So, what's it called? I don't have proficiency in stealth, but I have +5 dex, by the way. So, I will try my best.
You don't have proficiency, but you do have a +5.
Yep, I have max dex.
Okay. Well, I am like crazy good.
Oop, I messed up here. It's Mechanist that I'm thinking of. Whoops. There we go. But those were what the
Okay.
books say. If you guys do the comprehend languages, when you guys do the comprehend languages. Gives you the origin of what the spawning stone is supposed to be, what the purpose of the shard of law is, and those who did not read the journal have what it says. Well, an hour passes, and the masquerade tattoo takes to Mr. September. I think you have to attune to it.
Okay. So I am attuned to it. What is the least inconspicuous disguise I could take? I'm asking the was he a colonel or a captain? A captain.
Oh, Heartmoon?
Heartman.
Heartmoon, you would have to wait for him to come back up.
Yeah.
Or the guy who's hosting us.
Oh, yeah, that's
Ray-
Raykard.
Raykard? Yeah.
Raykard. Right.
Ooh, least conspicuous. Almost anything. Human would blend in just fine.
Okay, let's see what I look like as a human.
Are you tall enough to be a human?
Huh.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
You can change sizes by one step with disguise self,
All right.
if I recall correctly.
I think so. I think you get like 2 or 3 feet, but it basically ends up being a size category larger. All right. So what does Mr. September look like as a newly disguised human?
He looks like a distinguished gentleman with a goatee and a monocle, and he looks all proper and prim, and he's like a human version of his Kenku self, and just annoying. You just want to punch him in the face.
You have a very punchable face, you know that?
Shut up. I will have none of your cracks and joking. I look fine. I look very debonair.
That is a word that people use.
I'll reach down to a new human September, and I'm going to give you 2 things: Vigilant Blessing, and I'm going to give you both the Eyes of Night before you go as you leave.
What does the
And
vigilant blessing do?
advantage on initiative if that ever comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool beans.
I'll give everyone the eyes because I can. May as well. I don't know if Astra's had this yet. Maybe.
Have what?
Oh, the eyes of night.
Yeah.
What does Astra look like after he's made up?
It depends. What kind of elf was I made to look like?
Whatever you you wanted to look like. So you could look drow if you wanted to, but as soon as that makeup starts to like run or anything, you're gonna start looking strange.
It's
I would
raining
say if
here,
anything,
isn't it?
what's it called? I would say he probably looks like a high elf now. Like he didn't like change too much, but his full set of hair is now blonde.
Very cool.
He has a punchable face, not me. He does.
Yeah, I've been told that Astra has a punchable face. I'm like, I can see it.
Well, I think you have an hour with the tattoo, so don't be too long.
Okay, well, we'll have to hurry. Astra,
Mhm.
let's get going, and we'll leave our friends and see if we can get some information and find Taubla.
Yes.
So you two are heading up into the scapula?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no like wall that separates them out, but basically just go a little bit north. And then
Can I have
pass
my
through.
my owl flying above us?
Sure.
Okay.
And when you guys pass through, it looks like the change from the scapula to the shard ward is about the same. But you see way more businesses. Businesses with food. Food being cooked on the streets. People who look to be like walking with their friends. You see like workers getting paid. Which you did not see before when you were in the shard ward. And you guys start heading north because that's the direction of the Riven Isles. and you guys start to pass by a... Gosh, it looks like a massive forge, like a blacksmith forge, and there's 2 like wooden doors that have been banded up with metal, and 2 large ogres holding cannons standing next to it. And like painted on the doors, it says Brachus's Arms.
I don't think that's where we need to be.
No, but we
What
do know
was
that
this?
the blacksmith is like his own thing, like he doesn't owe anybody anything.
What did Raykard give us as a symbol of being...
She gave you a letter.
Okay, a letter.
Mhm.
So it's not something you want to flash at anybody, and not these ogres.
It doesn't look like an ID card or anything like that. It's just a letter.
Okay. Did we have a chance to read the letter?
If you want to.
Sure. I'll read the letter real fast. Make sure it doesn't say, kill Mr. September and Astra when they get to you. Because that sort of thing's important,
Yeah, skim it real quick.
All right. Well, written onto it is a letter saying that this is my friend Raykard, and he is allowed to pass through to the Riven Isles by... Oh gosh. There's actually a mantra written on it. I just gotta remember it. Give me a second. As the ruin speaks. And then there is there is a symbol printed onto it that looks like 2 electric eyes.
As the ruin speaks, 2 electric eyes. Got it.
The symbol itself is magical.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, at least on the surface, it seems like it's up and up.
Would this be one of the would this seal be for like identification, like to prove that this is made by this person?
Yeah, it looks to
Is
be
this
an
one of
arcane
those sealed?
mark.
Okay. Yeah. Just had to make sure that's what it was.
All right.
I guess we continue on to the Riven Isles.
All right, so you guys continue north, and eventually you guys get to the precipice of the scapula, right? And there are 2 bridges, one longer, one shorter, on your left and right. And the one towards your left is the one that you guys arrived at first. And sitting next to, or like, not even sitting next to, just like there's this tower right next to it. And then coming up out of the tower is this massive dragon head that's moving around and looking around. And it's big. It's about the size of a house. Just the head of it.
Oh.
And then its neck seems to come up out of the, out of this tube structure, out of this tower.
Does it look like something that the slaad would have created, or no?
No.
Okay, so is this organic or is this mechanical?
It's organic.
Or can I not tell? Oh my god, it's organic. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. It looks like the head of like a black dragon, so like black scales, a whitish tan underbelly with 2 horns that curl around its head.
Ooh,
Are
that
people
stinks.
going back and forth this
Some you see some slaad that are going past, and whatever this dragon creature is isn't harming them or doing anything to them.
I look at Astra and shrug.
Yeah. I don't trust that.
I don't either, but hey, when in Rome.
Yeah. Okay, Astra he'll start walking.
Okay.
He'll
Yeah.
try to like not think about it too much or like act out on it because that could seem really suspicious.
All right, so you guys start trying to walk across the bridge.
Uh-huh.
All right. As soon as you do, you see like this head come down and look at the two of you. And it just says, I don't recognize you. Who are you?
Step back and step towards the tower.
Okay.
Yes. We are friends. A letter of introduction, if you will.
You hand out the letter.
Yeah, I extend the letter. My hand's kind of shaking.
Okay. You see it like looks at it, and then it has to turn its head to look at it with one eye, and you just see it's reading. And then you see it like nod, and then it starts to retract its large neck back into the tower. You may pass.
Thank you, Sir Dragon, sir. Nice scales, by the way. Look especially shiny. I'll just be going now.
Yeah, Ash just started walking as soon as he said you may pass. He didn't want to stay in that area any more than he had to.
All right. Well, you guys start walking across the bridge, and you guys roll me perception checks.
Ooh. I'm definitely good at that.
Yikes. Okay. Well, you're too busy, like, a little shell-shocked because that thing's massive and it was almost big trouble. September, you're like, okay, whew, I need to ground myself and, like, feel safe again. And you're just, like, looking down on the ground, and then you're feeling something through your feet, like, rumbling. And you're like, oh, there's a tunnel beneath this bridge. Like, there's stuff crawling beneath it.
Oh. So interesting.
What is it?
This bridge is not just a bridge. There's a tunnel underneath our feet. Let's keep going.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. And then you guys make it into the Riven Isles, and you see that there's it looks like, how do I put it? Closer to like a war camp. Like there's buildings that have been set up, but there's like areas where there's like food, mostly like stews and stuff that are cooking. And they're just in sections as you guys walk by.
You said it looks like war camps, right?
Right, but there's like buildings and people are like laying in them and sleeping in them. It's just that there's these areas that have like stews cooking, and a guy stirring them, putting them in bowls, and handing them out to people.
So are they like all in uniform?
Nope, they all
Or-
look like normal people. Like you see
Okay.
races of all kinds here, like trolls, ogres, half-orcs, orcs, humans, elves, all of them. All of them are here, but they are all communally living with one another without too much of an issue.
This might be the slum section.
No, I don't think so. I think this is the idyllic section.
Well,
Hmm.
You guys start to see this this halfling start walking up to you two with bowls in his hands. He's like, food? Is anybody hungry?
I would be rude to refuse. I smile.
Alright, he hands you up a bowl. Looks to be made out of stone. The cutlery is too. It's just a spoon, but stone spoon.
Ash should take it. He'll take his bowl as well.
Don't forget to thank the donors for making the food.
Oh, where do we meet the donors?
Normally most people know where they are, but you guys must be new. So if you guys head over, there's going to be in the nicest building because they sacrifice so much for us all every day. Head over to the nicest building that you can see towards the end of the this island here. Okay, once you're there, You'll see them. They look much nicer than the rest of us, but it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and eat as quickly as I can and hand back the bowl and.
All right, you're eating it. There's like carrots, there's onions, there's like meat inside there that's been cooked up and stewed. It's actually really good.
This is delicious. It's amazing. It's probably the best thing I've had since I've been here.
No. After hearing that from September, he's like a little taken aback and decides to try it for himself.
Yes.
I've had stew before. I know it's peasant food.
That's
Doesn't mean I'm that snobby. I mean, come now.
that's not why I reacted that way, but that's it's fine, September. He finishes his food and like thanks the person.
Well, of course, if you need food,
Let's-
there's always more. Just remember to keep your bowls with you.
Oh, we keep these bowls.
Yeah.
How generous.
Yeah.
I mean, we all share what we need to share. And like we're going after that thing, and he points over to Iden in the distance. So we need to be as strong as we can while we build up everything that we need to build up to, stop that thing.
Understood.
He said they pointed at something in the distance called Aya, right? That they're supposed to be stopping.
Iden, the
clock
clock tower.
The clock tower. Okay.
Well, here in a little bit, they're going to be doing the surrendering, so they're going to ask for everybody to show up. Since you guys are new, do you guys know where that is?
No, not at all.
No clue.
So it's on the other island, and you go as close to the turbulent as you can with the landmass, and that is where everybody will be gathering for the surrendering.
Okay. Well, let's go to the other place first. Thank you for being so helpful. What exactly is the surrendering, by the way?
So the way that I understand it is the surrendering is like a judgment. Something happened to one of our groups recently, and while they were going through the scapula, and we don't exactly know what happened, but Shaik will be there to explain what happened, and maybe a few of our congregants joined over on Iden's side. I don't know, but normally surrenderings aren't done very often unless somebody's turned against us. So it could be an announcement, it could be we're passing judgment on somebody who used to be a part of our group, which would not be great, but we can't have anybody that's against us while we are fighting for freedom here.
I have completely understand.
Yes.
Keeping everybody in ranks. Yes.
I mean, just making sure that nobody can tear us down, right?
Right.
Right.
Being held to arbitrary written laws by somebody is wrong, because then I could just write anything down on a piece of paper and deem that you're guilty of it. It's about the people themselves passing judgment, not just some piece of paper, which is what that thing, and he points back over to the clock tower, believes completely. So
Democracy.
Yeah, it's democracy.
It's democracy. I'm sorry, I gotta get back into character.
No, you're good. As much as we can, anyway. But we need to pass.
Communist? Democratic society.
I mean, we gotta do whatever we can do, but having somebody that can turn against us because they were corrupted by the clock tower, like Diak was, we can't have that.
Diak used to be a part of your group.
No, he was part of the... I don't remember what he was part of before us, but it wasn't called the Congregant. It was something else. maybe the Anarchy. And Iden has this way of corrupting any slaad that attempts to take him down, which is why we think this is going to work this time, because our leader is not a slaad, he's human. He literally walked into the turbulent and then walked back in. Like he was blessed by the turbulent itself. And he's not made from this dichotomy of law and chaos. He's one of us. He can choose both sides and thus can not be corrupted by it. He can see that he's being corrupted, if he ever is.
I understand.
Yep.
We want to go see the donator now, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, just go to the other side. Look for the house that looks the nicest. It's the one that we couldn't repair. Well, we didn't have to really repair that much, and that's where they stay, because, I mean, they provide all the food that we have here. So.
Okay. Astra has a few things to say, but he's gonna wait until we're away from this person.
Okay. Well, you guys start walking away. You guys are seeing, as you guys are walking through this part of the Riven Isles, that there's actually, like, they're repairing the buildings using the pieces of the buildings that have broken away to create more buildings, more shelters for people. You see people living in multi-story buildings, people not having to pay for the food that's in these camps. They just grab their bowl and scoop it in whenever they need it. There's a lot of rain that comes down over here just because it's so distant from Iden. So people get their water here, get their food here. They don't have to pay for anything. It's actually pretty nice. But eventually you guys reached the doors. What, do you guys have a conversation on your way there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the first thing Astra is gonna point out is that it seems like both sides are like it seems like they're the extremes of both spectrums. One's super lawful and the other one is just chaotic. And then he's also going to point out how their old slaad leader was corrupted by the Stone of Law, right? The Stone of Law, I think that's what it's called. Well, I would say influenced, not really corrupted.
I wouldn't say that this is chaotic. It seems fairly orderly. The difference is that there's just a lot of freedom.
Yes, but too much freedom can devolve into chaos. It seems like they are just...
Well, they do.
It might be reading too into it.
Oh, so that isn't a lot of chaos.
Yes.
It's definitely better than the tyranny that Iden seems to be offering.
That is true. But from the way they were talking, they said it seemed like they didn't agree with many rules at all. But then we don't really know the laws of this area. For all we know, they could be like outrageous.
True. We shouldn't judge them be good guys until we actually know more.
Yes. As I say, keep more of a neutral standing.
Absolutely.
Also, yeah. What were the people of the like the important people of this area called again?
Congregant.
No, the ones that we're heading over to now. I already forgot.
The donors.
The donors.
Yes, the donors. I would say the donors seem very, very suspicious.
Well, we can always take a look at them and talk to them and see just how trustworthy or untrustworthy they are. I wouldn't claim to know either way.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make it very apparent or be like openly hostile. but I will. I will not trust everything they say out the get-go.
Where were you on the 9th of December?
Right? Okay.
Where did you acquire all this food for free?
Shine a spotlight directly on them.
So you guys make your way over to what looks to be the donor's house. It looks really nice. Like, it looks like there's curtains that have been like handmade. They're not like the curtains that we have like today, but they're like wool curtains that have been laid over the windows. You see that there's light coming from inside, and roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
start getting closer, and you guys definitely smell the, like, a very strong scent of blood.
Oh, of course. Astra like looks at you like immediately, like of course there's blood.
Well, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. Astra will pull out his rapier.
No. Keep that
Okay.
at hand, but not out.
Okay. He sheaths his back.
Okay.
All right.
Walk up to the door.
All right.
Hey,
The
do you
door
want
itself
stealth
looks to
up
be
on-
like a bunch of beads, right? That are
Mm.
covering the front entrance. So you literally just move them out of the way and walk in.
Well, this is very lax security.
Yeah. Do you want to stealth your way in, or do you just want to walk in?
Let's just walk in for this right
Okay.
now.
Okay, you guys walk in, and you guys might be horrified. So, you see that there are a handful of trolls in here, and they all look to be like working on tables. And you're like, what the hell are they working on? And you're like, oh, they're deboning an arm.
That's eight.
An arm
Eight.
of what?
Looks to be a troll
Themselves,
arm.
probably. Oh no.
And
They're deep.
they are, after that looks to be deboned, it looks like that it goes over to another table, and then it gets chopped up into minced meat and then thrown into a bowl.
Is
Yeah.
the troll dead, or is
Nope.
it actually?
There's a handful of them.
Yep.
Handful.
Yeah.
And they're
I knew it.
regenerating, right?
They aren't what?
They are regenerating, right?
Oh, they've been regenerated. Yeah, they're fine. It's just that the arm that you're assuming that they lopped off is what they are taking apart and chopping up and turning into meat for people to eat.
September, for the second time today, throws up a little bit in his mouth.
Yeah. Astra puts his hand like on September's shoulder and say, he just like he gives you that look like it's okay, man.
Are you the donors, by any chance?
You see one kind of look over and it says, yeah, we're the donors for the Congregants. Is everything okay?
No, it's delicious. I really appreciate all that you do. It's amazing how much you put yourselves through for us, and I really do care.
It hurts every
Thank
time.
Yes, I imagine it does.
Are you here to collect the bowl?
No, I don't think so. I was hoping to get information, but
Okay.
this is a little bit different than what I expected.
Right. Are you new?
Very.
Oh, well, that explains it. Yeah. Yeah, we don't pay for much of the food. We pay for, like, the vegetables and stuff, but as for the actual meat of the stew, it comes from us.
Yeah. Of course.
Most people don't
As you
mind
do.
it, because you're... From what we've been told, it normally tastes like beef. So... You know, people don't complain, but... It's fine. I mean, we're doing a service to everybody who's a congregant. and we're now falling into the clutches of Amber. Gosh, we can't stand him.
Can't stand Amber.
I see.
We're looking for a friend. I don't know if you know where this friend is. Maybe you've heard of them.
Maybe.
A person by the name of Taubla.
Taubla. Yeah, that's
Taubla.
that Shag's girl. So we haven't
Shag
seen her in a
girl.
few days.
Who's Shag?
Shag, he's the leader of the Congregants. He's the one that leads all of us.
Oh. Where would I find him?
He's probably prepping for the surrendering.
Okay. Understand. I understand.
Can I insight for when I say they haven't seen her in a few days?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, no.
I mean, they have no
Can't
reason
read
to lie.
people for nothing. Yeah.
They really don't. I don't think that they're it's in their nature to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Wait
guys
on.
need any meals for when you guys go to the surrendering?
No, we empty bowls, full bellies.
Good. good.
Really appreciate it.
Well, if you'd be so kind, and he starts to lift up a large bowl of chopped up troll meat, and he starts to hand it over to you guys. If you guys could spread this around the different stews before we start the surrendering, that would be great. We got a few more arms to lop off, and then we'll be joining for the surrendering.
Okay.
Don't worry about gloves. The water takes care of all that.
Of
Huh?
course. Astra, we just ate troll meat.
I know.
I
should have casted the spell. I should have casted purified food drink. Oh,
purified food wouldn't have done anything.
I would have
It's still
felt
troll
better.
meat.
I would have felt better. I would have
It's still
felt
troll
better.
meat.
Are you guys okay?
Yes, we are fine.
As
Well,
players,
fantastic.
we're fine.
Yeah.
As characters, we're horrified.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you better do it fast because that troll meat's gonna go bad as soon as it walks outside. So, just start.
Okay, we will.
Just start tossing
Yep,
it
yep.
in the stews, and once it's gone, bring the bowl back, and we'll get you guys something non-troll meat to eat.
No, that's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna go and toss on the way to the
Yeah.
just making a beeline, tossing it here and there, and then handing the bowl off to the next person and saying, could you return this to the donors? Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Okay. And he sees that he's left there, and he starts walking over to these cauldrons,
Okay.
and then starts dropping the troll meat inside.
Okay. So, Asher will power walk to the bridge after we give away the bowl.
As will be Mr. September.
Right. You're starting to see more people starting to walk to the other Riven Isle.
Oh, right. Right. He stops. Right. We should probably go to that.
Yeah, that's where we were told that Taubla
Yeah,
view
might be.
is, and apparently
Yeah.
it's the leader of the Congregants.
Yeah.
It would have been a good thing for our friend to tell us that.
He probably didn't know.
Well, a close friend who happens to be a girlfriend of a militant arm of people. It's kind of important to tell your friends that. In any case,
Yeah.
but who am I to say?
I. Ugh. 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 He's just like leaning on the bridge. Ugh. I would like water. Not this weird, goopy blue water. It was clear.
You start looking around and you start to see like clear water in barrels because it just rains a lot of the time in Daicho, so they just collect it in barrels.
He's a civilized man. He's not gonna drink out of a barrel.
What, you don't want to drink out of a communal barrel?
No.
You have a bowl. You can dip
You're
your
right.
bowl in and then
But it
drink from the bowl.
had the troll meat in it.
Well, it's
Yeah,
in
the
you
troll-
now.
Yeah, that is true. He reaches into his bag. Me pulls out Astra's inventory. Oh, I have a water skin. Could I fill up my water skin with the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that, and then he starts like drowning the water. Better. He holds it out to September. You want some?
Yes, I think I'll finish that off. Thank you.
No problem.
Yep, it definitely tastes like water.
Oh
God.
Does it look funny when he's drinking the water because of his beak?
Yeah, it's
my
actually
God.
It's like he's Gatorading it in, right?
From really far away.
Yep.
it's actually elemental blood, water elemental
Right.
blood. We just don't know that yet.
Oh my. Yeah, after September gets done, he's gonna refill his water skin and like he's gonna like sigh and try to compose himself back.
And then we'll
But
go
he's-
into this surrendering and
Yeah,
see if we
he's
can
still
get
like
to the
half
leader.
asleep though.
All right. So you guys start heading across the bridge to the other one?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, you guys start heading across, and you guys hit, like, you can see, like, it's a definite edge, because, like, the rock immediately cuts off, and all that's left on the other side is, like, broken up pieces of rock that still have some semblance of, not even connective tissue, it's just, like, floating out there, broken apart. So you guys are up here. And more people are starting to fill in, and there's like seats, but they're like stone melded into the shape of pews, so people can sit down, but there's just too many people, so some people just sit off to the sides of these massive pews.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking for the leader.
And you start looking around, and you guys are waiting. You're like, okay, where's this shy guy?
I'm looking
'Cause
around
this
for
is
the
kind
girl.
of important. You're starting to look around for the girl. You're like, you see some people with black hair, but you're like, no, the one that we got in the picture, she has like streaks in her hair, so it can't be her. Like, that's a gnome. That's not it. And more people start to fill into the pews, and it's getting more and more crowded. Do you
Do
guys
we
stay?
see the leader of the group?
No, not yet.
I guess we stay. A little bit concerned about this surrendering. I'm actually going to stop somebody and see if I can get more information on the surrendering and how this works.
All right, so you kind of lean over and you see like it's this like this halfling guy, not the same guy that you met, but
Right.
he's like, well, according to what I know, somebody did something bad. Somebody betrayed us to Iden. So they're judged by the turbulent.
So they just sort of shove them out into the turbulent and see if they come back.
I mean, it worked
Alive?
for Shaig. He was sent into the turbulent, and then he walked back in.
Hmm.
And he was-
Understood.
From what he tells us, he's the only one that's been able to do it so far. If you can walk out and walk right back into it, then you're a chosen of the ruin. So the turbulent out there, it's who he worships. It's somebody, some creature out there, the turbulent, that lives out there. And
Very interesting.
he
So
speaks,
he'll be on stage
history.
in a moment.
Yeah, he's gonna explain what these people did, and then we're going to see if they were true or not.
Understood. It's an interesting way of doing things.
I mean, we all expect that to happen to us if we ever betrayed them. If we
Fair
weren't,
enough.
I mean, we've seen Shy walk out of here. We've seen a few slaad do it, but we don't really count them because they're part of Limbo, right? So
Right. Of course.
Shaig's the one that tells us that the ruin will protect them if they haven't been corrupted. If they've been corrupted by the clutches of law, then it will burn it out of them.
I see.
And you start to see like most of the people are starting to settle in. A lot of the like larger creatures are like sitting in the back because they sit higher than most people.
Mm.
And you guys start to hear cheering coming from the crowd behind you. And you see this man walking forward with two trolls behind him who are pulling people. Just two people, but they are pulling them along the ground as he starts to head forward in front of this massive crowd.
Do we
And
recognize either of those people?
one looks to be a woman moon elf, so she is pale, and then the other one
Ooh.
appears to be a half-orc. Now, the moon elf has blonde hair, so you know it's not Taubla.
Mm-hmm.
And then the half-orc looks to have been beaten quite a bit.
Hmm.
Ooh.
And you see those trolls like flank either side of Shaig, and you see him stick out his hand. By the way, Shaig looks like he is almost like Harvey Two-Face. He is split right down the middle, and part of his body is completely burned and smoldering. So you can see like the occasional gout of flame fly off of his shoulder and then get extinguished by the air. And then you see that he kind of walks with a bit of a limp on the side that's mostly burnt. And once the two are settled, he starts to look out at the crowd. And he says, "We are the Congregants. We are the anarchists, we are the radicals, and we are the revolutionaries, the zealotry. We have been named all these names, and these titles give us power. He believes we aim to hurt everyone. That is not true. But Iden has decreed it. Diak the Defiled believes his hierarchy grants him insurmountable power in Daicho. This is not true. Iden has corrupted the minds of the slaad subservient to Diak the Defiled. But who are we? Well, we follow what Limbo is, has been, and will always be. Freedom. We are the freedom fighters of Limbo. We are the devout of will unleashed. We are the consecrators, and we are the redemption of lost purpose. We're all equal, and we cannot put ourselves above or below our brothers and sisters. We are our brothers' keepers, and them ours. Unfortunately," and you see that he looks off to the left and right, where this moon elf and half-orc are, "some have. Bring out our corrupted family. And you see the trolls, like, put these two people on their knees. They have been gagged, and the trolls rip the gag out. This is your brother and sister. But we are betrayed. We are so terribly betrayed. This is what is left of Taubla's clique. These two betrayed Taubla, and she was kidnapped and sent to Blacktop prison. She is awaiting trial in Blacktop. And these two were corrupted by Aiden's influence, just like Diak. And you see the woman elf say, "It wasn't us. I don't know how they..." Their will has been sold to Aiden. And there is but one cure. Surrendering to the ruin. Our master and embodiment of Limbo itself. And then the half-orc yells out, "Please, Shag, listen, it wasn't us. If you speak truth, you will be returned to Daicho unharmed, and you may rejoin us. Those true to Limbo shall be set upon Mechanus and Absolution, as the ruin speaks." And around you guys start to hear the whole crowd start to say, "As the ruin speaks." I'm living proof.
I want to use insight and see if these two are telling the truth.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an insight. Unsure.
And I'll go ahead and use my birdie instinct as well.
So
So that makes it 16.
One of them is hiding something.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You hear the half-orc speak up. "We have a right to choose how we die. You can't just... You ain't choosing if you're defiled by Aiden. You don't know who you are right now. Only he can bring it back to yourself. To me, you are still my brother and sister. And I would do this to any one of my brothers and sisters to get them right. And I would do that. I cannot separate you from us or us from me. Because you are one of us." And then
Wouldn't
you
it be better if you had Taubla to tell you one way or the other if they betrayed her?
You see, like, the crowd all turn over to you. And then Shag looks over to you. "No, it wouldn't. We can't talk to
No.
Taubla right now. She is locked inside a Blacktop prison."
And what if somebody could break in and get her out?
It's like the whole crowd, like, looks over to Shag.
And then she could condemn or free them.
And what if these two are corrupted by Aiden? What if they're traitors in our midst?
Then you can throw them over.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. If they are free,
However,
and they are not corrupted by Aiden, they'll walk back, just like I did.
how many people are completely free of law? I know that I'm a thief, but I'm also a man of principle. There is some manner of law in me, in everybody who isn't slaad.
You're right.
Even you're half burnt to death. You're not fully you're not fully at peace with your chaos. Are you?
I am completely at peace with my chaos, and with my law. And my law states that everybody here is to follow the Ruin. The Ruin knows what's best for Limbo because he speaks right to him. And everybody knows that. Everybody will see him when he decides to arrive. But for now, we don't know if they are on our side or if they are against us. I
Hold
can't
on
decide
to
it.
them and
Only the Ruin can decide that. The Ruin stands for everything Aiden is not. Everything that he's allowed, the ruin removes.
I believe you're making a mistake, but I cannot stop you. I can only offer my help.
I wish I could say that you were right, but I'm right. Because I'm a prophet, and I know these two are corrupt. And I know that they mean to do us harm, and I know they will do it again.
And what do you know of me?
I don't know anything about you. You're a new face.
Indeed I am. As I
I have
understand
no
it,
proof that you are for or against Aiden.
well, if I come back with your beloved, I suppose I would be against Aiden.
I'm going to talk to you after I've done this surrendering. But for now, we are going to leave the judgment up to the ruin. I don't have the power to remove the law that Aiden has placed inside him.
Very well.
Taubla is no longer with me. She was taken, and one of these two know exactly what happened. Both of these two abandoned her when the Toadmen came.
Okay, I sit down, cross my arms, miss my feathers. Why is there no feathers here? Okay.
They're still there. You can feel them. You just can't see them.
Yeah. you
It's
hear
still kind of weird.
You hear the half-orc say after you sit down, "We have a right to choose how we die. And you're no different than Aiden. I am not Aiden. I didn't choose my position, everyone else did. And when I was chosen, I willfully surrendered myself to the turbulent, and returned an absolution against Mechanus, as the ruin speaks. Aiden would strike down any one of us if we stepped out of some arbitrary written lines to control us. It ain't ethical, and I ain't trying to control you. I want you to put down your burdens and bring yourself back to your true self. And you both have an offness only a friend could see, and I am the best friend you'll ever have." And you hear the congregation around you start to cheer. You see that a few of them are looking at you guys like you are now suspect. And as they cheer, you guys see, like, in Limbo itself, this window open inside the fog, and it looks like a massive cloud with two bright electric eyes the size of worlds looking out towards you guys. And Shaig looks over and then looks to the two that are currently on the ground and says, "And so we come to it. He is here to deliver you from your captivity and return you to freedom. I cannot, I shall not, and I will not allow Aiden to remain or corrupt any more of you, and I will have my way, even if it means I have to tear down this moat to do it. Send them to him, and let us hope that Aiden hasn't turned their hearts against us." And you see the two trolls grab them and chuck them into Limbo.
Oh, oh.
And they just like lay out on the rocks that are like just outside of this barrier, and you see them like sit up, and you see like parts of their face start turning into air and being zapped away by lightning, and their bodies starting to melt in front of you. And everybody's just watching, looking at them, seeing what will happen. And they disintegrate. And you see as they disintegrate, this massive cloud with the two eyes sticks out this hand, which is like an electrified hand of just like clouds and thunder. Grab the stones and pull them toward him. You see Shai's shoulders drop, And he's like, corrupted. And he looks over at September. How very much I love them, and how very much I love you all. Aiden's influence is seductive and pervasive. It will not stop until our mission is over. We need to remain strong, brothers and sisters. Only weak hearts and minds can turn you against your family. Our family. And you hear, like, this crackling noise come from this massive electrified cloud in the distance. And being that you guys do not speak primordial, you guys don't understand it. And you guys see this massive lightning bolt fire through this barrier and zap into Shaig and into the Congregants, including yourselves, unless you guys want to make a reflex save to stop it, like to dodge out of the way of it.
Her reflex save.
Reflex save, sorry, dexterity saving throw.
What's flying at us again?
A lightning bolt. This is just to get out of the way of this fucking thing.
Oh, yeah, I want to move. I don't want to get hit by that.
Saving throw sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
not a good save.
Well, it's enough. So you see a bunch of people start to like get zapped with this lightning, and they don't die, but you guys kind of like move away out of your seats, and the lightning bolt that would have gone to you kind of like hits the pew behind you, but it doesn't blow out any of the stone. And you see a lot of the congregants like hold up like the trolls next to Shaig hold up their hands, and you see lightning sparking between them. This is a lesson from the ruin for finding our corrupted, and it is all of ours to share. And
that's
you hear
how she got her learning abilities.
the whole congregation start to cheer, and then Shaig points at September. Bring him to me, because I don't recognize him. And that is where we will start next session.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, you in trouble.
Take me to the principal's office.
That's what's
What they're
happening.
doing.
All right.
September is crazy, man.
Yeah, well.
I trust in you. I believe in you. You got it.
Oh, good sessions, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. I hope you guys had fun.
I didn't. We just need some sleep, though.
All right.
All right.
All
Catch y'all next week.
Thank you guys for watching.
Next week.
Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.